and with maybe Phil is the greatest, of course, of what he achieved. But I just think natural, raw talent that he's got, I think that is, to me, what would say is the greatest dart player ever. And, it's just the way he doesn't ever fold under pressure. He's always so great. And, yeah, I mean, it's hard to sit here and backtrack and say, oh, no, Phil. So Phil is one of the greatest, of course. But I just think with his talent, yeah, he's the most talented dart player.
Because I found it a bit curious, Luke, because you're great rivals. And yet you're saying, well, he's the greatest guy of the lot. He's the greatest player of the lot.
Of course, but that doesn't mean I can't beat him. Or I won't beat him, or I won't challenge him. But, like I said, he is the most talented dart player in the world. I think it's obvious. Me saying it was kind of just stating the obvious, really. But that doesn't take anything away from myself thinking I'm just going to, lose every game I play against him. I ran him close on Sunday, and, he's still there to be beaten. I can beat him. I've beaten him in many major finals before. So, yeah, as much as I was giving him a great compliment, that wasn't me backing down saying, I'm just going to give you the wins every time. I'm still up for, trying to test him every week.
talkSPORT Sports Update with Trust a Trader. When it matters, get the job done marvellously well by a verified Trust a Trader professional. talkSPORT.
Good afternoon, here are your sports headlines. I'm Will Hobson. They call Arsenal whinge and cringe FC, but Liam Rossini has had a public moan at the Gunners for their players encroaching into the Chelsea half during the warm-up on Tuesday night.
Fantastic manager. Mikel was someone I've got so much respect for. It was just in that moment, I didn't think that respect was shown to my team.
He says Cole Palmer is fit for Saturday's trip to Wolves, but couldn't put a timeline on when he'll be back to 100% fitness. Jamie Gittins, meanwhile, will be out for a while with a hamstring tear. Now, back to Simon Jordan versus Deontay Wilder. Wilder threatened to punch Simon in the face before telling Spencer Oliver a few hours later he wanted to make up with Simon over a cup of tea. Spencer says Wilder's antics somewhat encouraged him ahead of his fight with Derek Chisora.
What we did see there was the old bronze bomber, and I think that was important because the guy that we've seen in recent times, the guy that lost to Zhale Zhang, the guy that lost to Joseph Parker, was a shell of his former self. And if we get a little bit of that goes into the ring, then Derek Chisora could be in for a tough night.
Speaking of physicality, the Six Nations gets underway tonight. France hosts a depleted Ireland side in a bit of transition, but Lawrence Dallaglio says it would be wrong to see this tournament as a straight shootout between France and England.
Ireland aren't quite the washed-up side that everyone says they are.
Yeah.
They've got injury problems, particularly tonight in the front row, but I would question that they have still got, great quality in their squad, and they will have a huge say in where this championship goes.
Elsewhere, Monday the 15th of June has officially been confirmed as a national bank holiday in Scotland to mark their participation in the FIFA World Cup. And a weird doping story for you. There are claims that some Winter Olympic ski jumpers are injecting their penises with acid. It's to help inflate their suits to create a sail effect to keep them in the air longer. There's more on the sports section of the Times website.
talkSPORT News.
The Prime Minister says he's going to keep going even with growing pressure on his leadership over the Mandelson saga, and the family of a student killed in Leicester have thanked the public and emergency services who tried to save him. More from the news team at past.
talkSPORT weather with QuickFit. With expert technicians in all our centres across the country, we'll keep your car's inbuilt safety tech in top condition this winter. Book today at quickfit.com.
Cloudy overnight with further spells of rain. Hill snow in the north becoming confined to Scotland by morning. Cold and windy in the north. Less windy and milder further south.
Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Drive. It's me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent is alongside me as always.
Take me to an Asda or Sainsbury's.
I don't even know what that was.
Neither do I.
I heard the word Asda and
Sainsbury's.
there.
Take me to an Asda or Sainsbury's.
Take me to an Asda. Yeah.
I feel like he's cut the audio off too early there.
You cut the punchline off there. Right, Jingo, we've got a show for you today. We'll be asking whether it's time to get rid of the cup-tied rule as Guardiola calls for Mark Gurley to be cleared for the League Cup final. It's a great show, by the way. Kevin Atcher joins us this week for Drive Worldwide. We'll be asking what makes a Premier League legend as James Milner edges closer to Gareth Barry's appearance record. And, of course, it's Thursday. And that means it's What's Happening Benty. It's back. It's your chance to ask Benny anything you want.
That's back, is it? Robbie not in, though. Took my feature.
Oh, it was, yeah. We've turned it back from What's Happening Robbie to What's Happening Benty. Get your WhatsApps in now if you know what I'm talking about. 03717 722 3344. All that plus. We'll head to California ahead of the Super Bowl on talkSPORT on Sunday, and we'll discuss the greatest celebrations of all time. What a show. All that and more is coming up in today's drive time. You can be a part of it. Tell your mates, tell your friends. In fact, tell your enemies. 03717 222 3344.
We'll have a bit of that.
We will. First things first, we got record numbers again for, talkSPORT Drive, everything. So, well done, everyone that listens to Drive. Thank you for your continued support. I'll put it on social media this morning. As always, we are nothing without you. If you don't listen, we don't get the numbers, so you do listen. Yeah. So thank you so much. Very, very kind of you. Very, very kind of you. Thank you for that.
Oh, you right?
Well, I was going to start the show by saying just as I came on air, I probably had the greatest bet of all time.
But yeah.
Now, I know sometimes, like, producer Joe will go, oh, you can't talk about betting on air. We can talk about this. I think this might be the greatest bet that two people have ever had, right?
You're going to that level, are you?
Yeah, I do. And if you can beat this, you can text in 81089. I don't think anyone will. I had a bet with Ian Danter 2 minutes before we came.
He was a big Birmingham fan.
Huge.
Used to work for the club and everything. Big fan.
Yeah. He's almost blinded by his love, right? And I've bet Ian Danter £150. I wanted to go a little bit more, like £500,000.
Yeah.
But he wouldn't have it. £150. He thinks Jude Bellingham will be back playing for Birmingham before he's 30. Yeah. Now, I couldn't wait to shake his hand.
I know you couldn't. And I tried to talk him out of it.
Whoa. He's like, no. Is that the most obscene, ridiculous, heads-gone bet you've ever heard of in your life?
Well, I wanted him to push it back to 32. I kept saying, no, 32, because there's a chance then. But I just
well, there isn't, but go on.
No, but you get on me, 32 go, fair enough. But I'm just looking at, like, he's at Real Madrid. He's only 22 years old, right? Like, I expect him to be playing at the top for the next 10 to 15 years, right? And so I would have said 32, but even then I'm being premature, I think.
Yeah.
But no, Dance is convinced, and because obviously the plans of the new stadium is in a new announcement video for the new stadium, and so I understand all of that. But I just thought, wow, it was a bit early, that 30. But most players in their pomp at 30.
There's no way. And also, I think I'm right. If he's 22 now, 4 years, next World Cup, 26, 4 years, next World Cup, 30. He ain't going to be playing for Birmingham, trying to get into a World Cup team at 30.
The only thing I'd say, right, is that it depends where in 8 years' time, where Birmingham are. Now,
it don't matter where, unless they're in London, it ain't happening.
No, if they're in the Premier League,
it don't matter.
And they're pushing.
No, there won't be, mate. Even if they are. I mean, he doesn't want to go to a new stadium where there's like 40 chimneys around it.
Yeah, why not? He's born and bred there.
It doesn't matter.
When you're from an area, it's different.
It's not. Messi's not playing his football in Argentina. Ronaldo's not playing his football in Portugal.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, premature.
Yeah, exactly right. He might. Look, Jude might for 1 year when he's 37.
38. Yeah. Right. See, that's why I was trying to get Dan to go 30. But no, Dan's convinced. Unless he knows something we don't.
Yeah, he doesn't. If ever you've been blinded by your love of something, you've had a bet and you've won or lost it, I'd love to hear. I don't think that'll be beaten. All right?
That's mad, that.
Isn't it? £150.
30. That 30 is that's what I couldn't get my head around.
I'll let him cash out right now for 100. All right? I'll take a third off it. Boom, more than happy.
But you know what's mad? Charlie Baker came up.
Yeah.
And I told him about the bet. And he agrees with Dance.
Okay, I'll have another 150 with Charlie Baker then.
Yeah, he said you never know, injuries and that. He thinks you'll fall out of love with it. He thinks it's possible.
Okay, well, Charlie, if you're still in the building, 150 with you, I'm more than happy about that. Right, we've got lots coming up on today's show.
What? Fresh pair of trainers up for you?
Oh, 300, but one of them. Right, we can start today's show. Yeah. Well, certainly that pair. What's the pair I like that both look completely different? What the Paw, I think it's called.
Yeah.
I couldn't carry that look off.
Of course you could.
Okay, you're right. Right, let's start today's show by looking back at last night's Carabao Cup semi-final win for Manchester City.
Running into the penalty area. Byrne comes across. It bounces off of Omar Marmoush, deflects behind the goalkeeper, and Manchester City lead. Might come back to Marmoush. It drops out of the sky. He heads it down, and that is a clinching goal. Might come back to Reinders, who slams it in 7 yards out in towards the far post, hits the inside of the post and goes in. Anthony Elanga has his first Newcastle United goal. Full time at the Etihad. 3-1 to Manchester City 5-1 on aggregate.
Yeah, goals from Marmoush and Reinders were enough for City last night, which means it'll be the 22nd time the club have been there since Pep took over. That's quite incredible. And there being, of course, Wembley. Just a quick word about the game, because although City comfortably got through in the end, there were, 4 or 5 one-on-ones they had.
Yeah.
I think Visser, Alanga, Gordon, they all had chances. Yeah. So the scoreline's slightly flat as Man City, but, it's all about hitting the back of the net, right?
Of course, and you're right. When you look at Man City, I think could have gone up another couple of gears if they had to. But when Newcastle sit back and look at the chances that they missed, like Anthony Gordon had one where, don't get me wrong, James Trafford last night, by the way, was brilliant.
Great.
Made loads of saves. But then Visser has one straight after half-time where he goes clean through, and I don't know what he's trying to do. He's like trying to open his body out.
Too much time to think about it?
Maybe a little bit, but he gets it all wrong, because I can't remember who was doing the commentary, but the width of the goal, if you put that next to the goal, that's how much you miss by, right? It was a bad finish. And then even after that, one goes straight across the box, and Alanga scored a great goal, but one goes across the box, he puts it in the empty net. So it wasn't like it was a really dominating.
That's Isak missing, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. They had 4 or 5 clear chances and didn't take them. Yeah. But for Man City, as I said, Reinders I thought was outstanding. Marmoush obviously gets a lot of the credit. Semenyo again, who's sitting in really, really well. It was a good game, but I just felt last night that even if Newcastle had made it close, Man City could have gone again. Yeah. Could have gone again.
The big talking point from the game was Pep Guardiola not happy with the ruling that sees Mark Guehi not allowed to play in the final. If you want to be pedantic about it, Rule 6.4.2 in the Carabao Cup, I'm not joking by the way, states that if a player is signed after the first leg of the semi-final, he is ineligible to play in the remainder of the competition. As Guehi signed from Palace after the first leg win, the rules, of course, state he can't play. City signed Semenyo 4 days before the semi-final, hence he was allowed to play. And Guardiola is hoping something can be done, even though it looks set to be rejected.
I said to the club, they have to ask, yeah, definitely. I don't understand the reason why I cannot play in the final FA Cup, Carabao Cup, in March, when I've been here for a long time. So the rules to buy players on the players, what depends on me, depends on FIFA, UEFA, or the Premier League said, okay, the transfer window is open. Once you hire a player, have to play, no? In the competitions, logic is... I don't understand why he could not play today, but in the final, in 2-man thumb, of course we're going to try to ask to play because it's pure logic.
What do you think the answer will be?
No. To change the rule in something country, no way, but we will try.
I do.
I was offering some of the text messages.
What about bets?
Yeah.
All right, we'll do it when we come back, right? I do think that Pep Guardiola has a point here. When you sign a player, he's your player, and he should be allowed to play. And I do think it should be when you're registered, right? All this, if you're registered after the first... I mean, for me, it hammers home the fact there should only be one leg in a semi-final anyway. Yeah. But if you're registered before a game takes place, you should be eligible. I think it's a nuts rule.
I think the cup tie thing, fair enough. I think if you're playing the competition for another team before and you go out, I think then that should be it.
Yeah, okay. I
agree with you as well, that if you didn't play in the first leg, so what? If you register and he's your player now, then he should be able to play in the second leg. But it's like, but then I'm with the loan system. I think if you go to a club and that club is paying part of your wages, you should be able to play against your parent club.
Yeah,
I've always thought that.
Yeah.
So I do think Pep's got a point with that, and he's going to say that as well because, as I said, even looking at yesterday, and I know obviously Guehi couldn't play. He had Eke and Kushinoff at centre half, and I put Aileen on as well. But the way that Newcastle were just running through them like it was getting out of fashion.
Yeah.
I understand why he's going. Do you know what?
Yeah.
I need to. If Guehi could play, he makes a huge difference.
Yeah. They do change a lot of rules in football so often, and a lot that we look at and go, why have they done that? And they bring in new rules as well. I don't know for what reason this was brought in originally. Maybe it was brought in when there wasn't a transfer window and you could have a player arrive at your club any time throughout the season.
I can't get mad around that.
That's what I grew up with.
Yeah.
So maybe if that was still a rule, I sort of can understand why you've played in the competition. Like last week, you can't play in it in 3 weeks.
Sorry, I'd love to know, and I'm sure someone will be able to find out, when that was a thing where you could sign players whenever you want.
Yeah.
What was the latest someone got signed in a season?
That's a great, was it like end of April or something?
Do you know what I mean?
Well, Cantona came to us, I think, in November.
Yeah, but that's still,
that's quite early, yeah.
I'd love to know what the latest, like a week before the season, we'll have him.
Yeah, it will be a week. But I understand why that rule existed then. But that rule shouldn't be in place now because
The amount of money.
new rules have come in. We've got transfer windows.
Yeah, of course,
and I do think we've spoken about the ruling of whether or not you should be cup tied. We've spoken about lots. I can't actually remember for the life of me, which goes to show how ridiculous the rule is, which side of the fence I've been sitting on. But I'm coming round to the thinking now that if you sign a player, even if he's played in the competition, if you've signed a player, the club's still in the competition, you've joined that club, so you should be allowed. Yeah,
there is.
I do think they should look at that.
There's an element to that, but again, my biggest one is the loan system. If you don't think I'm good enough to succeed at your club, why are you making it that I can't play against you then?
Yeah, that is nuts. I'm paying your wages. The only way where I would disagree with you is if just say you were at Spurs and you got loaned to Manchester City, right? And Spurs were still paying all of your wages. I'd then question whether or not you should be allowed to play against Spurs because they're your employer.
Well, I'd say, but you don't think I'm good enough to succeed.
No, I know, but they're still your employer.
Or to be employed by
I know,
you. And it's messy, but
I know, I agree with that.
Not lying, but you know what I mean.
There must be a middle ground. Maybe you've got the answer. We're taking your call. Should Mark Gurhey be allowed to play in the final, and should the semi-finals be one leg? 03717223344. We've got a wonderful show coming your way from 5 o'clock. We're talking about how do you become a legend in the Premier League. It's a real busy show. We've got the end of show quiz. No Billy, sadly, but we've still got the end of show quiz. Thought I'd give it top billing. Oh, Producer Joe's just signalled to me I'll be coming in.
Oh, lovely.
So we can't wait for that. Here you go. That's 2 hours and 40 minutes away. Set your alarms for that. But when we come back, we'll be asking the question, should Mark Gurhey play or be allowed to play in the final? And should semi-finals just be one leg? 03717 22 33 44. Let's talk about your team.
All right, come on.
Okay.
I've been waiting.
Let's ask the obvious questions, right? Are you going to do the quadruple? I was going to say double.
Oh, quadruple. Steady on.
No, are you going to do that? I'll tell you why I asked, right? It pains me to say it. I think the league's done, right? And I think if you win at the weekend, you've got Sunderland at home and Man City got Liverpool away.
And Villa got Bournemouth away.
Okay. If you win and they lose...
I'm not worried about Villa.
No, I wouldn't be. But I think it's pretty much done, but that would confirm it for me. You're in the final of the Carabao Cup.
Come on.
Right.
Chabon, I've got Chelsea boots on today. I should have stepped in something yesterday. Would have gave him some good luck, but obviously it didn't. So we got the Chelsea.
You're one of the favourites, if not the favourites, for the Champions League. And the FA Cup at the moment was a little bit too early. What was your fourth round? But are you fancying it?
I think quadruple is a big leap. I think personally, I think the league is our priority. Quadruple it's on the cards, but I think one step at a time. We're in the final. Yeah. Let's get the cup nice and early, May 22nd down at Wembley.
How important is that cup to your season?
I think it's a big. You know what? People trying to play it down like, oh, it's just the Carabao Cup. No, it's not. You saw the guy crying yesterday when they lost. I think if we get this cup nice and early, it's just the whole morale and the whole team spirit. It's just going to give us such a big boost to go on and do the rest. So I think it's nice and early, March 22nd down at Wembley. Let's get the cup in. And then we chase the rest. But it's an important cup, and I think the league. The whole season, everyone's been on. Oh, you got the best squad, you're gonna win. I've been kind of on the fence. Because we've been here before. Yeah. I mean, the squad obviously we ain't had this type of squad, but we've been in the lead, and then I don't want to say the word, but we've
bottled
lost
it. I'll say it, bottled it.
So listen, it's looking good.
Yeah.
I don't think it's over yet. It's the Premier League. You can lose. Anyone can beat anyone in this league. You know what I mean? I think the only advantage we have, I think we've got a lot more home games than we do away games.
Okay.
I think we've got like a couple away games left. So, listen, it could be the season, but it's the Premier League, man. It's the best league in the world, man. Anything could happen. But also, Chelsea's having an abysmal season. I'm not Chelsea. Man City is having a bit of abysmal. So yeah, all the cards in our favour.
Crosses out to the right-hand side. Has a man there. Through the intersection at the 39-yard line. Returning out to numbers 25, 20. Give a machine down to the 10. Down to the 5. Touchdown, Eagles! He's got 2 blockers. He's going to go all the way. 10, 5, touchdown! And the rookie has picked off the superstar.
You want to turn this one up, my friend? Who is it?
Yeah, hold it.
You should be ashamed. Ashamed.
Who's it then?
Are you joking?
No.
Turn it up. Oh, you haven't got the...
Who's it?
Oasis.
Oh, I don't know, sorry.
Yellow card.
Hey, in the next break, I'm going to come in there, Alex, and get a tune and see if he gets it.
Yeah, but that's like well renowned as a famous tune. Supersonic is like one of the top tunes ever.
I'm not disputing
ever.
That. I'm not disputing that, but I'm just saying.
Well, if you play one as well known as that,
I'll play you one.
Then I'll get it.
Okay, we'll see.
All right, fine.
In a minute, I'll be in there in a bit. Yeah,
we'll do that. It can't be like one of your.
It could be who I want.
Sounds like a bus stop, whatever his name is.
What?
DJ 173.
Well, he's a DJ. He's not a tracks. He's not Khaled.
That's his name, though, isn't it? DJ 173.
His name's Ozzy Foster.
Yeah, but what's his handle?
Yeah, DJ 173.
There you go. You listen to Drive and Talk Sport with me, Andy Goldstein, Darren Bent, still to come, European football expert Kevin Atchard will be telling us as well. Just quickly, Michael Carrick, Sean Dyche, Andoni Herrera, and Liam Rossignol have been nominated for the Manager of the Month. Go on, Carrick. It's got to be. Sorry, 3 was out free. Just give it to Carrick now. Well done, Michael.
Did you see Rossignol having a go at the Arsenal side?
Yeah.
Do you know what's mad about that? And I thought about this, and I looked at that footage and thought, come on, you're better than that. So when you warm up before the game, often the goalkeepers will practice their goal kicks, right? I know they don't really do it anymore now, and they just launch it into the halfway part of the other half.
I've never seen that, but yeah.
How have you never seen that?
Never seen that. When I did like 3-4 years at MUTV on the pitch, I'd never seen that.
You would have happily seen that so many times,
mate.
Their goalkeeper is next to us doing because the goalkeeper that's playing is hitting long passes to the goalkeeper, like whoever's number 2.
Yeah, go on.
So when he did that, I thought, well, Liam, you'd have seen that before. So I don't know why you're saying stay in your own half, because that never happened.
A few people did say he was cool with it until the cameras was in his face. And
yeah, because that's not a new thing. No. When I tell you something quickly, Joe, when you played against Liverpool, right? Jurgen Klopp used to stand about 10-15 yards inside our half and watch our warm up with his hands folded like that.
Who did that?
Jurgen Klopp.
That's amazing. Isn't
Unbelievable. Watching us warm up.
I like that. Right, we're taking your calls as we're looking back at the Carabao Cup action with Trustford.
Carabao Cup review on talkSPORT with Trustford. Discover the world of Trustford for you at trustford.co.uk.
There's been a few people talk about bets and how they made silly bets that they thought Man United would finish above Arsenal.
Yeah.
That's one. There's loads.
We'll come back, sift through them. Right, we are going to take your calls. We're talking about Mark Gurley. Should he be allowed to play in the Carabao Cup final? 03717222334. Dan is a Leeds fan. Daniel?
All right, guys. How are you? All right?
We're great. How are you today?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. I'm just on my way down to Luton, mate. We work at night, so...
What'd you do?
Yeah. I work for a company called Quick Click Hoardings in Bradford.
Yeah, I didn't say who you work for, so what'd you do?
What it is, so say like some work's been done in a supermarket or wherever. It's like a surrounding that's put up. So it's
Oh, right, yeah. I've no idea what you're talking
So
about.
the
Go on then,
public
Dan.
can't see it,
What-
yeah.
okay.
You are horrible. You
Don't know. Well, I just want to get as many callers as I can.
horrible, man.
Dan, I'm only playing with you.
That's the real you. That's horrible.
Dan, I'll tell you what it was.
I know how you feel about
Hey, sorry, Dan, don't let him lie.
Dan, my producer just said, tell him to get on with it.
No, he didn't.
No, I said, I can't. I'm not rude to people.
That's shocking.
Go on, Dan. What would you like to say? Take your time, mate. What would you like to say?
Basically,
Yeah, that's all we got. Sorry, Dan.
Honestly, get out. So, I think if you look at it, it's an advantage, really. So, Arsenal could turn around and say, I'll tell you what, squad's not strong enough. Let's go El Nassr and pick up Cristiano Ronaldo just for the final, you know what I mean? It's cup tied. End of the day, Andy, he's played for Everton in the cup. They've been knocked out. It's done.
Who are you talking about?
It's like,
Who are you talking about? Who's played for Everton?
Mark Gay.
Palace, you mean? Palace, you mean?
Yeah. Sorry, Palace, I do apologise.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I should have cut you off 3 minutes ago, shouldn't I?
You know, whatever. I don't know. I don't think it's fair, really, to be honest, no.
No, listen, he makes a couple of good points. You put a good thing in about Ronaldo. West Ham should buy him, but no, the Gahey one. I just think if you've played in the cup for a club and the club goes out and you sign for a new club, I think that you still should be cup tied.
Okay, let's go to Ben. He's a Man United fan. Hi, Ben.
Hello, mate. We okay?
Well, good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
What would you like to say?
So when we played Grimsby Town earlier on in the season, they fielded an uneligible player, and they only got fined £20,000. So there's got to be a rule in there saying that he can play. There's just going to be a fine after it.
Are you referring?
I can't believe that going after Grimsby.
Are you referring to Clark O'Dore?
Yeah, I'm from Grimsby, so
Okay.
yeah.
Beautiful man, Clark O'Dore.
Yeah.
Shocking.
Yeah, like,
Poor Grimsby.
they should be
Night
able to play.
of their life, and you're trying to take that away from them.
No, I think they were late, weren't they, registering him?
There was,
Yeah.
but obviously he was still an ineligible player. So
Yes, that's right. Well, I think it was something ridiculous, like 1 minute 59 seconds or something after midnight.
Yeah, I don't even think it was a minute, was it? It was crazy.
Yeah, but rules are rules, right?
Oh, shut up.
No, rules are rules. What's the difference between 1 minute 59 and 5 minutes?
I know, but come on.
No. What's the difference? And 10 minutes and 20 minutes.
No, but 20 minutes is out of line.
Oh, so he's 19, okay?
No.
He's 50. When's okay?
No. How long were they?
2
late
minutes
by?
after deadline.
That's fine. 2 minutes is
Okay, he's 3.
No, I just think, come on. If they're in the process of doing the documents and then the time runs out, allow them to finish it.
You missed it.
Just allow them to finish it.
Let me ask you this: you're going for a plane, right? And they go, we're closing the doors at midday. If you're not on the plane, the doors close. You're going to miss the flight.
Yeah.
And you've got to the doors at 2 minutes past.
Yeah.
Do you expect them to reopen that door for you?
Well, no, because they'll probably be on the way to take off. But my point is,
Well, they won't in 2 minutes.
well, then stay then. Come on.
I've shut the door, mate. You missed it.
Oh, please, mate.
You know the time. It was 12 o'clock.
Yeah, but come on.
You had 4 hours to get
Hey,
here.
blame your staff not letting me.
You had
passport
4
control.
hours.
Passport control. I got here at 6 this morning.
Well, you should have come here at 6 this morning.
Sorry,
I think rules are rules.
No, you're just horrible.
Hold on, before we move on, that was our look back at the Carabao Cup action with Trustford.
Carabao Cup review on talkSPORT with Trustford. Discover great value, expert service and award-winning vehicles at trustford.co.uk.
Goldstein and Bentley, Winston from Chesterfield. I had a bet years ago with my mates that Chesterfield would win the league or I would streak down the high street. We got relegated.
Mad bet.
That's mad.
Mad bet. Why are you doing it? But mine's the other way. I've guaranteed my win. If you join us, I had a bet with Ian Danter. He thinks Jude Bellingham will play for Birmingham before he's 30. Not in a million years. Still to come, Kevin Atchard will be telling us his well. We're talking Drive Worldwide, European football chat with him. First, of course, the music suggests it's no Googling time. We know it's City against Arsenal in the final of the Carabao Cup. We want to know who's the last player to score in the FA Cup. Oh, that's all right. Hold on. This is an unbelievable question. Whoever wrote this, listen to this. Stop what you're doing, everyone. Turn up the radio. Who's the last player to score in an FA Cup final and a League Cup final in the same season? What a quick... No, you don't know that. You don't know that. You don't know that. No. What letter's that?
Oh.
No. Who are you thinking of?
Michael Owen.
No, it's not Michael Owen. League Cup final, FA Cup final, same season. Who's the last player to do it? The answer to that unbelievable question is coming up live on Drive on talkSPORT in seconds. Stay there.
You can believe what? Why is it so hard to believe a black man in a white man? Understand me? Why is it so hard to believe a black man in a white man?
Why you don't believe it?
Why is it?
Let me answer the question.
Yeah,
go on.
So we can go there.
First and foremost, it's got nothing to do with colour.
No, it does. This whole country got some. This whole world got something to do with race. You think you got? You think you pan out? You think you have a? You think you done had a great life? You think your life has been like mine?
How is Derek Chisora then, out of curiosity, given he's a black man, a national treasure in this country then? It's not about colour. You called somebody a cheat. I asked you a question.
Oh, come on. You have a whole lot of black people around this
the question.
Thank you.
Stop, bro. You like the question. All right, I moved on.
Stop it.
I moved on.
Man, come on, man. Y'all can't tell, man.
So the bronze bomber, there he is.
Yeah, so come on, man.
Come on, we can have a disagreement, can't we?
Your life, as a little boy and I bet your view as a little boy is totally different than my view as a little boy. Most black people, why we so into it with each other, because we have PTSD. We done been through so much
You wanted to move on, right?
Come on, man. It's hard to move on when you don't know the truth, and that's when I come in and try to give you a vision, a little insight of what we go through as black people, man.
I got it.
You don't get it.
Well, okay.
None of y'all get it.
Where do you want me to go?
Y'all don't get it. That's the problem. You think you get what you don't understand.
Okay.
Why is it so hard?
Pull it back into the fight. Let's talk about the fight.
It's hard to put it back. I'm from the South. You understand?
Come on, let's pull it back into the fight.
It's hard when y'all don't understand.
I get it.
Another situation. I said I didn't want to talk about the situation. Now you got me riled up.
Fair enough.
Wild as that. I feel. You understand me? You don't mean that, man.
Okay, stop
man,
shouting.
Let me get the out of here, bro. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Talking about my peoples and all that. It's hard to believe a black man in a white man. The cheated. Tell him to sue me so I can show the facts early. Because when the documentary and everything the story come out, I'm gonna show everything.
Fantastic.
I'm gonna get all the people that know and all the people that's in the inside. He got people that.
Pep Guardiola's asking for a League Cup rule change. Man City are in the final, but Mark Gay's not allowed to play.
Why not? So he's a player, we pay his salary, we hire him, it's our player, why shouldn't he play?
Players need to be registered ahead of the semi-final first leg in order to play the final. Gay arrived 6 days later. Meanwhile, after Newcastle's 3-1 humbling at Man City, Eddie Howe's hampered by a long injury list.
The players are slightly fatigued. The schedule has been relentless and we're not able to rotate in the way that we want to. We're asking players to play again and again, and we've been here before, but it's never ideal.
Anthony Gordon's now being assessed. He's got a hamstring problem. Now, officials at the Winter Olympic Games in Italy have had to block a series of Russian cyber attacks. This comes the same week as the IOC president and FIFA's president suggested Russian athletes shouldn't be banned over the actions of Putin's government. And more of you are tuning into talkSPORT, so thank you. 3.5 million listen for at least an hour a day, according to the latest stats. We're getting excited for the World Cup, where we will be in the States broadcasting all 104 matches.
Driver talkSPORT, me, Andy Goldstein, superstar is Darren Bent, alongside me before the break. Asked unbelievable question: who's the last player to score an FA Cup and a League Cup final goal in the same season? You gave me about 8 guesses in the break.
Still can get it.
Who are your guesses?
I went Michael Owen.
No.
Gerrard.
No.
I said, who did I say?
I'll give you a clue. It was 2007 League Cup final.
Wayne Rooney.
No.
Oh, goodness.
scored against Arsenal and against Manchester United.
Scored against Arsenal.
Probably the biggest big game player.
Didier.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Was that the first game back at Wembley?
Yes, it was. I went to that cup final. Awful game that was.
Oh, yeah, it was. It was extra time he scored the winner
Something like that. It was terrible. I just remember it being a terrible game. Still to come, we'll discuss James Milner matching Gareth Barry's all-time record Premier League appearance record this weekend. Or is he?
Yeah.
Is he? That's what we're going to talk about
Captain,
a bit later on.
legend,
But
leader.
now it's time for this.
Drive worldwide. Why?
Yeah, time for a bit of Drive Worldwide, where we're taking a look at some of the biggest talking points from across the world of football. Joining us now is the catchphrase king, our European football expert. Some say genius. Not me. It's Kevin Atchard. Hello, Kev.
How are we, chaps? You well?
Yeah, we're good. How are you, my friend?
Yeah, I'm good.
Sorry.
I talked myself out of that Drogba answer. I said yes. I said Drogba, and then I went, oh, no, it can't be that year. But
if we were playing Millionaire, I would have accepted your first answer, which would have been Drogba.
Well, that's just as well for me, because I talked myself out of it.
If people are seeing you on YouTube, they will see that to your right, my left, is some kind of sneaker cabinet.
Yes,
that's right. Just name some of the sneakers in it. Just a couple, just because I'm a little bit of a sneaker nut, thanks to Darren Bent.
They're mainly Jordans, if I'm honest. There's some nice new Adidas Gazelles in there, but it's mainly Jordans. My Hyperviolets are in there somewhere as well.
Yeah.
My TNs that I wore the other day.
Oh, yeah, I'll give you a little shout on that, don't I? About the TNs.
Yeah,
How many pairs of trainers you got?
40 odds.
Oh, it's good.
Nowhere near Benty's kind of level of.
Nah, Kev. What's 1, 2, 3? We're all friends.
By the way, he's talking in thousands. Right, where should we start? Let's start by looking at Saudi Arabia and Karim Benzema, who has swapped clubs. Can you just explain to everyone exactly how the move came about, what's happening? And there are reports suggesting that Benzema had a bit of a breakdown in his relationship at his last club rather than this one.
Yeah, so he's moved from Al Ittihad to Al Hilal, and largely that's believed to be down to the level of finance he was going to get in the contract. He wasn't happy with the contract. He wanted to move. He didn't want to leave Saudi because of an image rights deal, so it makes more sense for him to stay where he is. And he's made the move to Al Hilal, who already have a lot of top players, have a great coach in Simone Inzaghi. He's really happy about the move. He's been really successful at Al Ittihad. He's won a cup, he's won the league, so he has had success. And what this ties into is the fact that Cristiano Ronaldo is not happy, because he's believed to feel that the PIF, the Public Investment Funds, who have interest in 4 of the leading clubs in the Saudi Pro League, he feels that Al Hilal are being favoured and that they're spending heavily in the transfer market, and Al Nassr, which is his club, weren't able to do that. Well, the fact that Al Nassr have made him the highest paid player in the world and are paying him an absolute fortune, that probably has an impact on the transfer funds, maybe. But if you actually look at what they've spent comparative to the most of the other clubs, it's either more or the same. Yes, Al Hilal have spent more, but I think this comes down to the fact that Ronaldo has won nothing significant in Saudi Arabia since he got there. He hasn't won the AFC Champions League. He hasn't won the Saudi Pro League title, and he's believed to be quite upset about that.
Yeah, Kev, I mean, you said it there about, and I find it odd that Ronaldo's talking about people getting preferential treatment. I mean, me and Andy spoke about his contract yesterday. I think it's, 4.7 million, whatever it is, pounds per week. Surely when you look at that, and surely when he looks at it, now I know, listen, he's one of the greatest players of all time. You cannot argue that fact. But surely if he looks at that and then thinks, well, there's not enough money to spend on transfers, surely he would go, well, maybe I should do something about that to help balance the situation.
Yeah, I think that has been part of the case against him. That's what a lot of the reaction has been, that, well, hang on, you know, your wages are taking up a big old chunk of the money available. And the pro-Ronaldo camp, which is sizable, as we know, will say, well, this is just what he's all about. He's ambitious, he's driven, he wants to win stuff, he wants to raise standards, all that stuff. So that's the debate around him. But the allegation is that he skipped the last match. He effectively went on strike for a game to protest against this. You know, he wasn't ill, he wasn't injured, he was available for selection. It wasn't a technical decision to leave him out. So I still think this has a bit of room to run. And it could come down to whether Al Nassr do actually win the league this season. He's got a deal that's been extended to 2027. It'll be interesting to see if he sees it through.
Listen, I've got good news and bad news. The bad news is we're going to have to let you go because we've got some breaking news in the world of football. But the good news is you're still going to get your £7.
Wonderful. 7. Oh, pay rise.
Yeah, we're doubling it. Apologies. We will, of course, next time we get you on, make up for it. Thanks so much.
Cheers, Kev, as always. Thank you.
Cheers, chaps.
Yeah, sorry about that, everyone, because we do have some breaking news coming out of the Championship. Leicester fans, not good news for you. As talkSPORT understands, the former Premier League champions have been deducted 6 points after being found to have breached the Premier League's financial rules. Let's get more on this now with talkSPORT's chief football correspondent, Alex Crook, joins us. Crookie, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Yeah, as you say, not good news for Leicester, although I think probably news their fans have been dreading for some time now. The EFL have just confirmed to me the Foxes, the former Premier League champions no less, have been hit with a 6-point deduction for breaches of PSR rules. It drops them down to 32 points in the Championship, level with West Bromwich Albion, currently occupying the final relegation place. They dropped from 17th to 20th with immediate effect. So a real relegation fight now for whoever comes in. Of course, they sacked manager Marti Cifuentes a couple of weeks ago, so you wonder how attractive now this job is for any potential successors. This has been in the offing for some time. They were found to have breached PSR rules for the season ending 23-24. Now, they actually won promotion to the Premier League in 2024 and basically tried to get out of any points deduction by claiming actually they were no longer under EFL jurisdiction. The Premier League launched an investigation of their own. It was actually a Premier League independent commission who decided they had breached PSR rules for the period of 2022 to 2024 to the tune of £20.8 million. And now it's been decided the EFL can impose this penalty, as I say, with immediate effect.
What do you make about that crossover? That does surprise me. My understanding is this punishment comes from the Premier League, but do you think they could possibly open up a big box of worms because you've broken the rules in a completely different league run by a completely different governing body?
Yeah, and as Simon Jordan has described it, I think Leicester almost tried to find themselves in this Bermuda Triangle, this black hole where at the time of breaching rules at the end of that 2024 season, were they still a Championship club having won promotion, or were they a Premier League club because of the fact they were going up into the top flight? So I think ultimately a lot of people will feel that the justice has been done. Leicester fans may not feel that. The Leicester hierarchy may not feel that. And there is the possibility that Leicester appeal this decision, so we may not have heard the end of it completely.
Crookie, you're talking about 10 years since they won the Premier League, and they've had some great times in their Champions League runs. As I said, winning the league, winning the FA Cup. What's happened to the football club in the last 10 years that they find themselves in this state?
I think COVID was a big factor because King Power, the owners, make a lot of their money from duty free. And obviously, when the world was basically in lockdown, people weren't travelling on aeroplanes. It sounds quite simplistic, but that hit them badly in their pocket. Obviously, they lost their former owner, their Premier League winning owner, in tragic circumstances with that helicopter crash. And I think his son has struggled with the day-to-day running of the football club. There will be Leicester fans who tell you that the people that the owners have backed to make the big decisions, the likes of John Rudkin, the director of football, the chief executive, I think has left the football club now, have not necessarily done the job to the best of their capability. They've chopped and changed managers with regularity. They've sold players for big money, but they've not always reinvested that money very well. So I think there's a vicious circle, really, which has led to this. And the fact they could find themselves in League One next season so soon after winning the Premier League and the FA Cup, of course, under Brendan Rodgers, I think is a real wake-up call for a lot of clubs. And actually, the final day of the Championship season, I think I'm right in saying this, will be on the 10-year anniversary of Leicester winning that Premier League title, that 5,000-1 title. So it isn't beyond the realms of possibility that 10 years to the day from the best moment in the club's history, they could find themselves demoted to the third tier.
Well, Crookie, right, Leicester fans, and I understand where they're going to come from with this, are going to say This has happened to them straight away. They've been punished, 6 points deduction, and they're going to look at a big six club in Manchester City, where these charges seem to be going on for the longest time, and we still don't know what's going on. So Leicester fans are rightly going to say, well, hold on a second, how could you come to this verdict so quickly with us, but Manchester City was still waiting?
Yeah, again, I think if Simon Jordan was on here explaining what's happening with Leicester, he would say that is whataboutery. The fact that Manchester City haven't been punished doesn't make it any better that Leicester have breached the rules. I understand the frustration. I think there's even a frustration amongst Manchester City fans that their situation hasn't been resolved sooner, because it's easy for non-Manchester City fans to put an asterisk next to all their successes and say, well, actually, you've still got these charges hanging over your head. I think the City case is a lot more complex in terms of paperwork. And obviously, there's a big threat of potential appeals and counter appeals. So I think the Independent Commission want to be seen to get this decision watertight in order to come to their final conclusion.
Listen, I love the fact you're always on standby. Thanks for coming on. I understand we had to wake you up from your afternoon nap. Is that right?
Do you know what? You're not far wrong. About half an hour ago, I looked up on the sofa.
You look good for it, Crookie. Always a pleasure. Thank you so much for keeping us up to date. What a superstar you are. Have a great afternoon.
Cheers, guys.
Thanks, man. You got a wonderful Alex Cook. Just giving us the latest breaking news that Leicester City have been deducted 6 points in the Championship, and that puts their survival chances now. That what are you looking at? Oh, the league table. Yeah, 20th they are now. 32 points, level on points with Blackburn below them on 21st. And more importantly, West Brom, who are in the bottom three, also on 32 points.
And they've got a tough run of fixtures as well.
They have.
Birmingham away, Southampton at home, Stoke away, Middlesbrough away.
And also mentally, I always find that when clubs get deducted points mentally, that does affect the players and the fans, of course. I want to hear from Leicester fans. We'll take your calls from 5 o'clock on this, 03717 223344. One of the questions I'll be asking, is it fair on the fan? Is there another way to punish the club? Because it is the fans, ultimately, that lose out. Leicester fans, I would imagine every one of you want to have your say on this, and you can. That's why talkSPORT exists. So as soon as we get breaking news, you can react before anyone else on the planet. Pick up the phone now. You'll be having your say live on Drive at 5 o'clock, 03717 223344.
Listen, look. Tonight's a tough. Dom. Look, tonight is a tough night. I get it. It was a poor performance. You look like you're a bit flat. You look like you've run out a bit of esteem. But to say that he's under pressure, I'm amazed that you're saying it, because you sound like you know what you're talking about, Dom. And I'd be amazed if you think about Eddie Howe getting the sack. You won the Carabao Cup last season. It's the first time you've won a trophy in at like what? 30 years or something ridiculous, right?
70 years.
70 years.
And
right, so you got.
I cannot thank that bloke enough for giving me that day at Wembley.
Okay, but so where's the credit? So where's the credit in the bank then? You're in the Champions League. You've qualified for the playoffs, right? You're 7 points off fourth, right? You sold your best player that you've seen since probably Alan Shearer in Isak last season, right?
And reinvested the money.
Yeah, but you've been reinvested it in money on players who are nowhere near as good as Isak. You know,
so
and that's just
fundamentally something is wrong. Howe wants control of transfers. If that's Howe's control of transfers, he should be nowhere near them. If he was at any other club, any other big club, if he was at Man City, Man United, Tottenham, Arsenal, Chelsea, he'd have been sacked pre-Christmas.
No, he wouldn't, mate.
And there's no denying that.
I don't believe that.
He would. Chelsea have proven that before, Jamie.
But Chelsea, you can't compare Chelsea to Newcastle. You can't, Don. I'm sorry.
Your lot, Jamie, San Marino the week before a cup final. A cup final, you probably would have stood a chance of winning with Mourinho in charge. But Ryan Mason never made a game in his life before him.
Yeah, but that was a terrible decision.
No, just before we look, Dom, I understand what you're saying. You're not the only Newcastle fan I've spoken to about this. There is still a lot of football to be played. Okay, you're out the Carabao Cup, disappointed. You couldn't hold on to it. You won last year. Where for the rest of this season now, Eddie Howe has got to prove that he is more than capable, because there is only 7 points between it. There's a lot of traffic in between it. But what he's got to prove now.
Rushes out to the right-hand side, has a man there, throws the interception at the 39-yard line, returning out to numbers 25, 20, Cooper down to the 10, down to the 5, touchdown Eagles! He's got 2 blockers, he's going to go all the way, 10, 5, touchdown! And the rookie has picked off the superstar!
talkSPORT, me Andy Goldstein Darren Bent. Still we're discussing what makes a Premier League legend. Just quickly, Leicester City have been deducted 6 points in the Championship for breaching profit and sustainability rules. We'll be taking calls on that at 5. Not long to wait, 7 minutes.
I've got no connection to Leicester, but I do feel for them. I mean, what they've had to win the Premier League title, obviously losing their owner, who they absolutely all idolise, winning the FA Cup, having some Premier League legends. Do you know what I mean? It's all of a sudden just like
10 years.
10 years.
You know, they were 5,000 to 1 to win the Premier League. Yeah. Imagine if you had a double. They win the Premier League and 10 years later, they're playing in League One.
Oh my goodness. Well, I don't think they'll go down, but I'm saying that West Brom.
If Blackburn and West Brom win and Leicester lose at the weekend, they're in the bottom 3. It's that simple. We'll talk about that from 5. Get your calls in 03717223344. First up, it's time for this.
Objection! Sustained. I sentence you to a lifetime of supporting United. Football Court is now in session with Judge Paddy on talkSPORT with Paddy Power.
It is indeed time now for Order in the Courts. We welcome Alex Fitzgibbon from our friends at Paddy Power for this week's Judge Paddy, who's here to rule on a topic that Benny and I are going to debate. Hello, Alex. How are you?
Hey, fellas. How are we keeping?
I'm good. Are you all right? You well?
Not too bad. Yourselves?
It's coming a little bit like low key. Usually comes in like firing shots. Not today.
Let me ask you, new T-shirt?
Here we go. I'm not even going to answer because I just feel like you're going to roast me straight away.
New T-shirt. That's what I'm asking.
No, it's not.
No. I'm saying you need a new T-shirt.
Oh.
Right. Ben and I are going to get 45 seconds. It's a long time, by the way, to make our cases and present our evidence. Alex, you're going to judge us on stuff we make up and stuff we know, stats, delivery, and anything else. Who'd you like to go first?
We'll let Benty go first.
Nah, I don't want to go first.
Well, he's the judge.
You're going first.
Benty, you're going first. Don't argue with the judge. Benty, your 45 days begin now.
All rise for the Honourable Judge Paddy.
Well, the best celebration, I believe, in football history, I mean, it's nicknamed the greatest celebration of all time.
Sorry, can I stop there? Just stop the clock, sorry. I haven't asked the judge what we're talking about this week, have I?
Yeah, I was waiting for
Oh, yeah, Judge, what are we talking about this week?
Greatest celebration of all time.
Yeah, I thought you'd say that. Right, Benty, your 45 seconds.
You read my mind.
My fault, apologies. Your 45 seconds on the greatest goal celebration of all time. They actually do begin now.
Court is now in session, and it's already wildly unprofessional.
It is.
Right, we'll start again. So basically, the greatest goal celebration is one that's also nicknamed the greatest goal celebration of all time, and that's Marco Tardelli in the 1982 World Cup final. I mean, when you talk about a celebration, you want to see emotion, you want to see the atmosphere, the crowd, and when you look at the tears that are coming down his face with that celebration, I mean, I'm not Italian, and I felt it. also as well one of the greatest.
You weren't even born.
No, but I said I felt it when I watched. Obviously,
He didn't feel. I felt it. I was there.
I wasn't even born.
Judge,
weren't even
That's
born.
a shocking one.
Hey,
Bro, get him off.
Oh, he felt it in
Get
the
him off.
womb. You go on, carry on. Go on, tell us other things. When Kennedy was shot, do you feel that as well? Was that in the?
I'm talking about the greatest celebration of all time.
When Henry VIII was.
Andy, do you just roast him all day on that?
Jeez.
No, what?
You felt it in '82 when were you born? When were you born?
No, but even when I watched the replay,
Oh,
and I
right.
watched
Years later.
old videos, years later.
Years later.
Oh, you know,
Andy,
when you
hits
knew
so
the result.
hard
You
when
knew
he watched
66
the
happened, right?
replay.
So not
He
in the
thought it was
moment.
Unbelievable.
Not in the moment. Years later, when you knew the result, that it got to you.
Benty, you're miles off it. Every week, you're getting worse as the weeks go
I'm
on.
miles off it because it's nicknamed the greatest
Yeah, you're
celebration of all
miles off
time.
it. Mate, you weren't even born.
No, but he knew when he watched it years and years and years later on YouTube. He knew what it meant. All right.
I'm going to Tardelli anyway.
Right. Okay. My point. This should be easy.
Benty, wait. Will we give him a chance? Do you want to go again?
No, don't.
We haven't got time.
No, don't.
We haven't got time. Oh, he's not in a good place.
Marco Tardelli. People mention this as the greatest celebration of all time.
Maybe they were alive for it.
No.
Yeah, they were probably alive. Yeah.
Okay, my 45. I don't need 45. Begin now.
All rise for the Honourable Judge Paddy.
Quite a lot to choose from. You've got Adebayor running the whole length of the pitch. That made me.
That's a
chuckle.
celebration, is it?
I'm
Just
finished
sprinting.
yet. I'm finished yet. By the way, just so you're aware, Judge.
Human after that, Andy.
Sprinting.
No, Judge, just so you're aware, I was alive for all of these.
Yeah.
You've got what ones? You've got Cantona just standing there with the collar up. When he chipped the
Statue. Brilliant.
You got Robbie Keane doing the somersault, right? You got Rooney playing with the corner flag after the overhead kick against.
Judge, you're going to get to the point.
Little punch, but my favourite one.
Yeah, you got to pick one.
Yeah. It's 45 seconds. I got to feel.
Oh no, he's missed it. Judge has missed it. He's missed it. Hey, if I don't win that, Judge, at least I picked one.
Benty, that's you this week. Well done.
I won it.
I'm not answering it. I'm not answering the question. Wait, that's tortoise in the hair. That's unbelievable victory.
Unbelievable. That.
They'll play D.
Who is it? Who's you going to go for?
Lee Sharp and Sharp Shuffle. Unbelievable celebration. That. Who are you going for, Judge? Are you going for someone that wasn't
I'm going
born?
with Meet You.
You going with who?
Meet You.
Oh, yeah, his little...
So none of it. I didn't think you were allowed to pick something that's not ours.
Yeah, why did you ask me that?
Oh, right. Well, no, as in which one are you picking, mine or Benty's?
Oh, Benty's, because you ran out of time.
Are you going to pick Benty's? Okay. Judge, always a pleasure. I really enjoyed that.
Cheers, lads. Have a good weekend.
Have a good weekend yourself. Thanks, man. Always a pleasure. There you go. That worked out well, didn't it, for everyone? Thanks, Alex. There will be another debate in front of Judge Paddy next week, 18+. Gambleaway.org, everyone.
Judge Paddy on talkSPORT with Paddy Power.
By the way, if you had a bet on me to win that, I can only apologise. Right. We've ripped up the running order because we learnt about 7 or 8 minutes ago that Leicester have been deducted 6 points. They find themselves level now with the bottom 3 clubs, or certainly the who's it? West Brom they're level with now, right?
Yeah, West Brom's the third bottom,
Yeah.
and also Blackburn's down there as well.
Yeah. And Portsmouth as well. 03717223344. Leicester fans, just talk to me about how you're feeling. I'm guessing all of you will say it's not fair. What happens next? And are any of you genuinely worried about playing your football in League One next season? 03717223344. The lines are open for Leicester City fans.
Just give me a quick one. You're not an Arsenal fan, but Piers Morgan yesterday upset a lot of people. Just give me a little take on what you heard him say yesterday and how you feel about it.
He's just doing it to wind everyone up, and he had idiots like me on early breakfast going, what on earth are you talking about? Because how can you have... This Arsenal squad is the best in the league, right?
Yes. Yeah.
That's it. And you can't be the best ever anything without winning stuff. You can't compare this Arsenal squad to teams that have won. I think of every City squad under Pep that has actually backed it up by winning things.
What have Arsenal do?
But it's an if. You can't come out and say that now when they've won zero. They've won the FA Cup.
Yeah.
We will see come May what happens. But even if they do win a couple of trophies, is that the best ever squad assembled? No. Have you looked at Barcelona under Pep Guardiola? Have you looked at Real Madrid squads over the years? Like bringing on,
I think man for man,
bringing on Leandro Trossard and Gabriel Martinelli to me doesn't equate to the best ever squad.
But they've got probably 25 top players. They had to let Ranieri go on loan.
But that was the wrong decision.
I know, but
that was the wrong decision.
I think I have to sort of agree with Pierce.
It's the best ever.
Yeah, because of
in
like
world football, Gabby.
because of quality and numbers. That's what I mean. In like they've got two teams.
You're talking about right now.
Right now, yeah.
Comparing that to teams that we've seen in the Premier League. I saw the 2010-11 Champions League final. Carlos Puyol was on the bench for Barcelona, as was Thiago Alcantara.
Yeah, did they have 25 top players?
But I'm talking about the Arsenal squad. That Man United squad was ridiculous. The players they had on the bench.
I don't think they had 25. I'm talking about like the quantity of players.
So do you think the Arsenal squad now is the best ever assembled in world football?
For numbers, for top numbers.
No, we're not talking about...
Everyone knows there are 20 managers in the Premier League, yeah? Well, actually, no. Around 3/4 of them are not managers. The terms manager and head coach are often used interchangeably to describe Premier League bosses, but they're actually two different jobs. So let's explain how and why. For years, fans referred to Mikel Arteta as Arsenal's manager, but I'm afraid technically...
I don't think so, no.
From his first day on the job, he was the Gunners' head coach. Let's pick a random moment in time, February 2025. Only 6 Premier League bosses actually held the official title of manager rather than head coach. Man City's Pep Guardiola, David Moyes of Everton, Ipswich boss Kieran McKenna, Southampton's Ivan Juric, Oliver Glasner at Crystal Palace and Leicester's Ruud van Nistelrooy were the only actual managers of their respective teams. Everyone else? That's right, head coach, including Ruben Amorim at Man United. He took over from Erik ten Hag, a man who had held the title of manager. Might come as a surprise that Amorim's appointment marked the first time ever that Man United had a head coach instead of a manager. But to understand why they made that decision, you also have to get what the difference is between a head coach and a manager. A manager's got a huge range of responsibilities. They're not just in charge of training and player lineups, they're also heavily involved in player sales and transfers. Critical stuff. But a head coach's role is far more focused on team training and performance on the pitch. So whereas Ten Hag was highly involved with decisions around transfers during his tenure, the intention was that Amorim wouldn't be, at least not on the same level. And as the sporting structure at Man United changed under Sir Jim Ratcliffe, people like Sir Dave Brailsford took charge of transfers instead. How all those roles play out in practice may be slightly different at different clubs though. On the other hand, the contracts of actual managers like Pep or Moyes had no limits on their job role and their involvement with transfers and contracts. But those guys are actually in the minority now, and it's a change that's happened pretty quickly. In 2019, there were only 6 head coaches in the Premier League, but by 2025, there were 14. A clear indication that more and more clubs are moving towards a model where the guy in charge is actually only really in charge on the pitch. And the way things are going, it might not be long before all 20 clubs have got head coaches, and the job position of football manager in the top flight is no more.
Welcome back to our number 2 drive and talkSPORT. Me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent is alongside me.
Get those cucumber sandwiches out. I'll be around for tea.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that.
I don't.
When do I get my lunch?
What's out? Are you just sitting? Are you sitting on all the buttons, are you? I don't know what the sports bar rules are. Still to come, talkSPORT. talkSPORT legend and NFL commentator, Will Gavin.
Yeah, he's a legend.
Well, we'll talk about legends later on. What makes a legend? Will Gavin will be joining us to look ahead to the Super Bowl. But now Leicester have been deducted 6 points, dropping them down to 20th in the Championship. Less than 10 years from this incredible moment.
The most surprising title winners in Premier League history. Claudio Ranieri and Wes Morgan send the King Power Stadium into ecstasy. Here is Tielemans from distance, shooting towards the mark. Wow. What a goal! It's a brilliant drive. Rodgers runs down the touchline to celebrate, and Leicester lead in the FA Cup final.
And it does feel like all is not well at Leicester City.
I'm not really sure who really wants to step into quite a mess of a situation, quite frankly.
And the storm clouds are gathering above the King Power.
So, Leicester City have been docked 6 points by the English Football League for breaching financial rules. The deduction will be applied immediately, meaning the Foxes fall from 17th to 20th in the Championship and are only outside the relegation zone on goal difference. And it comes after Leicester were charged by the Premier League in May for a profit and sustainability PSR breach in the 3 years up to 23-24. I'll quote here, the league is able to take the action because in accordance with Regulation 87.7, it has the power to implement sanctions equivalent to those recommended by any independent Premier League commission or appeal board where the board considers that applying the sanction is necessary to ensure the breach is appropriately punished, And that is an EFL statement. What does surprise me about that, D, is the fact that it happened so long ago in another league, and now the leagues are speaking to each other. I don't know if this is a good or a bad thing.
I think it's good.
Okay, but also there will be. It's like a ripple effect, right? It's not just the fact that they spent more money, i.e., they brought more players in. Effectively, if you look at the bigger picture, their squad was better than it should have been. They had better players, right? I think that's a fact. Yeah. In that time zone, I would imagine. I'm looking at producer Joe. Ipswich, right? So Ipswich, I'm looking at Joe. Ipswich was second in the Championship behind Leicester, right? I don't know how many points, but I just remember they were second. How many? 1 or 2? Okay. Should Ipswich have gone up as champions, right?
I mean,
and also, did the same thing happen the following year when Ipswich went down and Leicester went down?
Mm.
I mean, it's not. It doesn't just breaking the rules doesn't just affect that club.
No, of course.
It affects.
It's a big ripple. You first stone in the ocean.
Okay,
not the ocean, but
I don't want to use the word cheating, right?
First stone in the lake, and it goes.
Yes, I don't want to use the cheating, but if you're spending too much money and other clubs are abiding by the rules and you're breaking them, you're getting an unfair advantage. And I'm not just picking on Leicester. I'm picking on any side that breaks the PSR rules.
No, and listen, I understand, and it's a shame for Leicester because, as we just spoke about the what they've gone through the last 10 years. I mean, the greatest moment in their Premier League history. But listen, you're right, and I understand, and Leicester fans are definitely going to come on here. I'm telling you now, most of them will come on here and say, yes, it's happened to them. They've broken the rules, right? But how have other clubs been able to kind of get away with it and nothing's been happened? That's what a lot of them are going to say. Now, if I was a Leicester fan,
that's not an answer.
No, it's not. But if I'm an answer, because we broke the rules and they broke the rules, we've still broken the rules. So I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
But I understand where they're going to be coming from with that because you're like, well, hold on, how can
I don't want to hear that debate.
No, but you're going to hear it because they're going to say
it's irrelevant.
I know it's irrelevant
because we're talking about Leicester.
No, but they're going to say big six bias, big club bias. Why is it that we've been punished bang straight away like that? Everton. Yeah. Everton got deducted points, didn't they? Bang straight away. Yeah. The Sheffield United get hit as well.
Yeah.
So these clubs who are not perceived as big, like the biggest of biggest clubs, are getting hit straight away. Bang, bang, bang.
Yes.
But all of a sudden,
are they rightly being hit?
Oh no, because they've broken the rules. But then other clubs who are bigger have broken the rules, and they're getting away with it. So that's where Leicester fans are going to be.
And I get that, and I have a fair amount of sympathy for them for that. But that doesn't move along or move to the side the fact that they've broken the rules. They've gained an unfair advantage. Other teams have suffered because of their unfair advantage, and those teams they'll be phoning up talkSPORT going, hold on a minute, we should have won the Championship then.
Yeah. See, with that, I understand that, but then that is opening a whole can of different.
I know.
Because then you start. How far do you go back?
My problem with it is when you deduct a club 6 points and you risk their survival in that league, and there's a possibility Leicester in this case could be playing their football in League One next season, and there's every chance, by the way. They're only outside the bottom three on goal difference. I just don't know if it's fair for the fans.
I know, it's horrible, isn't
it? I mean, if you hit Leicester with a financial fine, you could argue that Leicester could weigh up the pros and the cons and think it's beneficial to break PSR rules, to get fined £20 million, because it means they have survived in the Championship, or they would have survived in the Premier League.
What about a fine and no transfer ban for like 4
maybe
windows?
something like that.
Like 4 windows or something.
Maybe something like that. But I just think when you deduct the club points, ultimately it's the fans that lose out.
Yeah.
You know?
It's harsh on the fans. I understand that.
Let's go to the phone lines, 03717223334. Mark is a Leicester fan. Hello, Mark.
You all right, lads? How's it going?
Yeah, we're good. How are you today? Where were you when you heard the news? Were you listening to talkSPORT in the car?
I was just about to say that, and I was in the car, just got out of work, and then you just brought up the bulletin of 6 points deducted. We were expecting it as fans, I think. It was in the pipeline. It's been there since when we were in the Premier League being spoke about.
Yeah.
So we knew it was coming. I think it's more than that with our club at the minute, though. Since the first time we got relegated, we had an amazing team still. We had Maddison, Tillemans, Harvey Barnes. We had a good squad then. We shouldn't have really gone down. It was quite worrying to see then. But over the last few years, we had a good championship win, went up. Again, with Maresca leaving, it left out with us again. The style of play changed. It was a bit depressing, really. We would, as a fan, it's deflating to see, because we had that 10 great years, which I didn't think would be the highlight of a Leicester fan. Like my days of seeing Martin O'Neill getting us to a few League Cup finals back then, you know, Walshy scoring, Elliott scoring. They were the good days, what I remember. But don't get me wrong, 10 years in the Premier League, FA Cup, Charity Shield, Premier League. You're not going to moan at that, are you? Even if you're back in the Championship. I'm not a fickle fan. I'm a realistic fan.
Can I ask, Mike? You sound a very sensible fan. Can I ask, is what's happened today, is it right?
So I heard you debating this before. It's a catch-22, isn't it? Like you were saying about some Leicester fans probably ringing up and saying this is wrong because the bigger clubs don't get punished. But 2 wrongs don't make a right. Just because we've done it, we deserve to be punished. We've essentially broken the rules. We've got to face punishment. And then again, I believe it's not fair on the other teams as well, man. It's like it causes that disruption between, like you were saying about
that ripple effect.
Ipswich could have gone up as champions that year if we should have been deducted then. But one thing I find a bit, and I don't know the full logistics behind it, but obviously the FA, the Premier League side were trying to get us these points deducted originally.
Yeah.
And we won that case.
That's right.
And then I think, is it this now come around again where they've looked at it differently and now the leagues are allowed to speak to them and now they've imposed this?
That seems to be the case. I know that the EFL and the Premier League have been speaking. The EFL have made the decision and the EFL have upheld
that's
it.
the only thing as a fan kind of confuses me, and it puts a little bit of like question in there.
But you're looking for a loophole, right? You've broken the law, and you're, as a fan, which I get, you're looking for a loophole.
I wouldn't say it's a loophole, Andy. It's more of a, like, I'm asking for a realistic answer behind it. Like, okay, we got off it the first time, so okay, we won the case. So why is the rules changed and then the case been brought back to? You know, that's not a loophole. It's kind of like, I don't know how to put it really. It's from our side, it looks very bad.
Are you worried about playing League One football next season?
I think any fan would be, going from winning the Premier League 10 years ago to this. But it's football, mate. Leicester are not the biggest club in the world. I love them to bits. I'm blue through and through. I got to see Champions League football at Walker Stadium with my dad, which I never thought I'd see, hearing that music. And we did well, you know. But, hey, this is football, mate. There's ups and downs all the time, isn't there?
Okay, what a great call. Thank you for that. We'll take more calls from, I would imagine, saddened and angry Leicester City fans. 03717 223344. Dial now, you'll be next.
Manchester City intend to write to the EFL to request a rule change so that Mark Gahey is available for the final against Arsenal on the 22nd of next month. A rule change for this season means that players have to be registered before the start of the semi-final in order to be eligible to take part in the remainder of the competition. So Gahey missed out on that, didn't he? But Pep still needs him for the final. This was him.
I said to the club, they have to ask. Yeah, definitely. I don't understand the reason why I cannot play in the final FA Cup, Carabao Cup, in March when I've been here for a long time. So the rules to buy a players on the players, what depends on me, depends on FIFA, UEFA, or the Premier League said, okay, transfer window is open. Once you hire a player, have to play, no? In the competitions, logic is. I don't understand why could not play today, but in the final, in two-man thumb, of course we're going to try to ask to play because it's pure logic.
What do you think the answer will be?
No. To change the rule in something country, no way, but we will try.
Yeah, but all joking apart, why should they change the rules?
Well, look, I think it's a silly rule in the first place, but it exists. And you can't have the benefit. If you wanted Gahey as a player, you could have signed him in August and paid a full transfer fee. What you've done is you've been able to be in a position where Gahey comes available at a fraction of his worth. So you can't have it always. You've nicked him in a market. Some will say, well, you couldn't nick him. You paid 20 million with 6 months left in his contract. That's only because other people would have bought him. Otherwise, you'd have tried to get him for nothing, even less than that. So you've brought him in to supplement the team. The rules are the rules. It is not a conspiracy against you. If any football club was detailing the same thing, they probably would be greeted with the same response. If you want rules changed, I tell you what, why don't you advocate for them at the beginning of the season? Given the fact that you are so across what you think you should be getting and so conversant with the reasons why these rules exist, or more to the point, you don't agree with them, why aren't you and your little cohort of 19 other managers in the Premier League asking your chief executives to put forward rule changes that don't involve people being cup-tied?
Yeah.
Rushes out to the right-hand side, has a man there, throws the interception at the 39-yard line, returning out to the numbers 25, 20, give it down to the 10, down to the 5, touchdown Eagles! He's got 2 blockers, he's going to go all the way, 10, 5, touchdown! And the rookie has picked off the superstar!
I've been told to swear, so I'm going to.
Management Joe. Big Cheese Joe has just said that. It's drama talkSPORT to me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent. Still to come, talkSPORT and NFL commentator Will Gavin.
Legend.
I don't think Will Gavin's a legend.
He is, man.
We love Will. He's not a legend.
No, he's a legend.
What makes him a legend?
His NFL coverage.
All right, Sam Matfay's a legend.
Yeah.
All right, he's just trying to think of other.
No, not every.
I can't even remember.
No, not every commentator. But his NFL coverage.
He's who's second? Give us some other.
I'm going you can't.
Jim Proudfoot. Is he a legend?
Of course he is.
All right, give us some. Is Alex Cook a legend?
Hey, listen, don't laugh at.
Is Ollie Klink?
We're having a.
Ollie Klink?
No, he just started. He just started on his journey.
So.
Jim and Sam, these guys are do you know what I mean, vets.
Give someone.
Will Gavin, legend.
He's not a legend, mate.
He is, man.
He's not. What makes him a
I
legend?
saw Richard Sherman hugging him up early on his socials. You never know Richard Sherman.
Yeah, of course you do.
Who did he play for? Joe? Stay there.
No. The San Francisco 49ers.
No, he didn't.
No, he was going to go there. But then he decided to play
he
for
was
the
at the
Bengal
Seahawks
Cats.
when they won a ring.
Yeah, see, everyone knows.
Where did he play?
Well, you just told me, Seahawks. Right back. Quarterback.
Correct.
Was it a quarterback?
No.
No, he played in the... He was a hooker. Cornerback. That's what I meant, cornerback.
That's what I'm dealing with here.
Is that a position, cornerback? It is.
Right.
Is it not?
Cornerback. No.
Well, you make up stuff.
Get one thing.
Making me look stupid. Cornerback's not a position. It is. He's saying it is.
Cornerback.
Yeah, is that
what position is cornerback, Joe?
Oh, Joe's now being questioned. Cornerback. Well, maybe we'll ask the legend that is Will Gavin a bit later on. Yeah. Right, let's be a little bit more serious, shall we? Leicester City have been docked 6 points by the English Football League for breaching financial rules. The deduction will be applied immediately, meaning the Foxes fall from 17th to 20th in the Championship. Let's take some phone calls, shall we? 03717 722 3344. Isaac is a Leicester fan. Isaac.
Hi, lads. How are we?
Yeah, we're okay. We're okay. How are you doing as a Leicester City fan?
To be honest, I'm numb to it. I mean, you look at where we've been. We won the Premier League 5,000 to 1. I've watched us play Champions League football, Europa League, Conference League semi-finals there in Rome. And you look really since then, it's just been downhill. The club has been managed appallingly. And honestly, you said it there. We've gone from 17th to 20th with this point deduction. It doesn't really do anything for us in the sense of we weren't going anywhere anyway. We're in a relegation battle with or without the deduction. And to be honest, we can't score a goal. Ayew and Dak are dumb and dumber. There's no goals between them. And we haven't had a clean sheet in 23 championship games, meaning we have to score 2 goals to win a game without any strikers. So I'm pretty sure we're playing League One football next year, if I'm honest, lads.
I mean, you sound sad and kind of... I mean, what are your thoughts on the whole situation? Because, I mean, the text messages are coming in by their, not hundreds, but a lot by saying
Tens.
about... But they're
is it an avalanche, as Jim White would say?
An avalanche, like basically saying that why is... And you know, I know you've broken the rules, but why is it taking so long for other clubs who are maybe bigger clubs than Leicester to get pushed back, and Leicester have been punished straight away?
No, I don't buy it. I mean, yeah, obviously, yeah, there's Man City 116 charges. I get all that, but we've broken the rules. We get punished straight away. I don't think it doesn't give us a leg to stand on saying, yeah, but they did this. It's like we've broken the rules. It's as simple as that. And I mean, if we're honest, and as tragic as it is, this is the fallout of the helicopter crash. This would not have happened with Vichai at the top, because since then it has just been downhill. And I get everything the family has done for the club, but we've got players on £100,000 a week in the Championship. In Harry Winks, you've got, I mean, Yannick Vestergaard, who was in that defence that we beat 9-0. We signed him. He's on about 80 grand, and we're heading to the League One. The way the club has been run has been atrocious. And I mean, look, I don't know the FFP rules, so you know, I'm not one to comment. But the season before we went down, we sold Fofana for 70 million before we went down the first time, and the only signing we had was Wout Faes for about 15 million, and that was to prevent ourselves breaching financial fair play. Since then, the only signing we've had in the past about 4 windows was Koulibaly, who's played about 2 games for us, cost £2 million. I don't know the rules. I'm assuming it's because of our wages, but I mean, other clubs spend silly money. I mean, Ipswich spent about 100 million in the summer when they went up, to the Premier League and got relegated. And I don't know the rules, but we've clearly broken them, and it is a result of just mismanagement from top to bottom.
Yeah. Isaac, thank you for your call.
Really good call.
Mark Albrighton, of course, who won the Premier League with Leicester, he'll be on our show in just a bit as well.
Sharky, yeah?
Sharky's coming on. Let's speak to Jake, a Leicester fan. Hi, Jake.
Hi, Andy. Hi, Darren. Good show as always.
Thank you, man. Off you go, pal.
Yeah, pretty much echoing what the previous guys have said, to be honest. I don't know if you had a chance to see it, but our owner actually did an interview last week, first one he's done for a long time, because a lot of, obviously, fan unrest. And he's just deluded. He said him and John Rudkin, director of football, weren't aware of PSR at the start, and that if they breached it, there'd be points deductions, which is just frightening to hear in itself. He was asked about how bad this season is going and what that means for us, and worrying about relegation, what we're going to do. And he just said, if we don't get promoted this year, we'll get promoted next season. He's just so out of touch and so unaware of what's going on. Like the previous caller said, we haven't got any forwards. We're not scoring any goals. We're shipping goals. We can't sign anyone. I'm not 100% sure how this PSR works. But again, 4 or 5 windows, we've not really spent any money at all. But yet the finances have been that badly mismanaged. We've got players on that high wages, turnover, that we can't afford to sign anyone, and we're just stuck. We've got players that don't want to play for us. Harry Winks, Vestergaard, people that don't want to be here have made it quite clear and said they don't want to play for us, that we're having to bring back in because we haven't got anybody else. We're not going to be able to get a manager because who in their right mind is going to want to join Leicester City at this moment in time?
Right, listen, I'm telling you now, Jake, you'll find somebody. Like Leicester is a big club, and there are plenty of managers out there. That job there, someone will take it. Because I know people will go, yeah, but who's going to want to take the...
There's always someone out there
someone is definitely taking that job.
Try and be a hero. Yeah, I see what you're saying. It's such a big story. We'll take more calls from around about 6 o'clock. Mark Albrighton, as I said, will be joining us, and maybe a few other big names as well. 03717 22 3344. Still to come, we'll be getting all the latest from Radio Row. It's so not easy for me to say ahead of the Super Bowl 60 this weekend. First, it's time for No Googling. Now, we want to know, with the Super Bowl, live on talkSPORT on Sunday, we want to know how many hamburgers are eaten by Will Gavin. Oh, hold on, that can't be right.
Jeez.
No, sorry, my mistake.
Joe, listen, if he's listening, I
eat hamburgers.
Me and Joe had nothing to do with what he just said.
What are you implying? Because I eat hamburgers.
Okay, what's the question then?
But why have you got a problem with that?
No, I haven't got a problem, but my point is...
you went, jeez.
No, whatever you're going to read now, it better resemble what you just said.
Yeah, no, it does.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, so it says how many hamburgers were eaten by Americans during the game.
Okay, show me then.
So why do you have a problem with it? I eat hamburgers. You eat hamburgers. Why have you got a problem with that? Why have you got a problem with that?
Why have you said Will Gavin?
You're rude, mate.
Nah,
you're rude.
Me and Will are tight.
We want to know how many hamburgers are eaten by Americans.
You don't mean that, man.
Okay, stop
man,
shouting
let me get the out of here, bro. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Talking about my peoples and all that. It's hard to believe a black man and a white man. The cheated. Tell him to sue me so I can show the facts early. Because when the documentary and everything, the story come out, I'm going to show everything.
Fantastic.
I'm going to get all the people that know and all the people that's in the inside. He got people that the inside of him. That know. I don't, what? I don't about that.
I'm not a Fury
I don't about it. I said we didn't want to bring him up in the first place. It ain't got to do with him.
Fair enough.
The you talking about?
And with that, he was out of there. How on earth do you reflect on that? What was he going on about?
Well, look, I mean, at the time, I was a little bit embarrassed because I thought the show's coming off the rails and it was a big show and Deontay Wilder's a big name. So I'm sitting there thinking I'm a bit embarrassed by it. Then I thought, he's a bit of a tit. And then I thought, is he on drugs or something? Or is this theatrics? And then I just came around to the conclusion that it's not right. He's not well. And all this ayahuasca stuff it's probably worked in reverse. I thought it was supposed to make you calm and zen-like. Listen, I didn't provoke Deontay Wilder by asking him a question that he didn't want to answer. I asked him a question about something he'd said, not something I was trying to engineer into clickbait. He called Tyson Fury a cheat. He's sitting in England. Tyson Fury, in some people's minds, is a legend in boxing. And so you're sitting in England. I thought, not unreasonable. Someone else asked him the question, and he didn't like it. And he can't answer it. So he gets all agitated and upset about it. He turns it into a debate about oppression. I mean, there's loads more that you didn't see. You know, he threatened to punch me in the face and talked about lynching and God knows whatever else. And I understand that he's got things in his life that have challenged him. But later on in the afternoon, you saw him. He went off to do some other stuff, and he was much more relaxed about it. But that looks to me like a man that's struggling with things, because there was no reason for that reaction. There was no provocation. There was no
Pep Guardiola's asking for a League Cup rule change. Man City are in the final, but Mark Gay's not allowed to play.
Why not? So he's a player, you know. We pay his salary, we hire him as our player. Why should not play?
Players need to be registered ahead of the semi-final first leg in order to play the final. Gay arrived 6 days later. Meanwhile, after Newcastle's 3-1 humbling at Man City, Eddie Howe's hampered by a long injury list.
The players are slightly fatigued. The schedule has been relentless and we're not able to rotate in the way that we want to. We're asking players to play again and again, and we've been here before, but it's never ideal.
Anthony Gordon's now being assessed. He's got a hamstring problem. Now, officials at the Winter Olympic Games in Italy have had to block a series of Russian cyber attacks. This comes the same week as the IOC president and FIFA's president suggested Russian athletes shouldn't be banned over the actions of Putin's government. And more of you are tuning into talkSPORT, so thank you. 3.5 million listen for at least an hour a day, according to the latest stats. We're getting excited for the World Cup, where we will be in the States broadcasting all 104 matches.
Andy Goldstein Darren Bent alongside. Before the break, I asked the question with the Super Bowl live on talkSPORT on Sunday. We want to know how many hamburgers are eaten by Americans during a game. How many do you reckon? That can't be true.
Well, I'm going to say right. A normal NFL game.
No, Super Bowl.
Super Bowl, so there's about what 75.
How many? Yeah, but it's not people in the stadium.
Just in general.
Oh, it can only be that. Yeah. Over those 4 hours, whatever it is, people sat down in front of the telly. And at the ground. How many burgers are consumed in those 4 hours?
92 million.
14 billion. Oh, sorry, consumed during the weekend. So that's six. That's 7 each day. So maybe half that. So maybe about a billion while the game's on.
I reckon hot dogs might be more than that.
Hot dogs? I don't have that. How many gallons of beer?
No idea.
325 million.
Wow.
It's a lot, isn't it?
Yeah.
Still to come, we'll have some fun with the best of talkSPORT, and of course we'll be joined by Leicester City's Premier League champion Mark Albrighton following the Foxes' 6-point deduction. Someone that I know will be tucking into a hamburger or two and a pint of beer, and rightly so. He's going to join us now as we look ahead to the Super Bowl on talkSPORT, brought to you by 5.
Super Bowl 60 preview on talkSPORT with 5. Watch the Super Bowl for free on 5, Sunday, February 8th.
Yes, it's day 4 of Radio Row ahead of the Super Bowl 60 this weekend. Between the New England Patriots and the Seattle Seahawks, talkSPORT will have a live-in stadium commentary from the Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. And I'm delighted to say a man who will be joining us now, who over there across the pond.
No, not over there. He's a legend. Everywhere he is.
Everywhere he's a legend. I bet he knows what a cornerback is. Is Will Gavin. Hello, Will.
Hello, boys. Darren's just trying to angle to get out here next year. That's all.
He's
That's
desperate.
why he's being so kind.
I've been trying to get out there for like 10 years.
He's desperate to get out there.
Darren, just do it. Just get on a plane. We'll try and figure out a ticket. I can't say it's going to be cheap, but what?
We should do.
Why not?
Drive time out there for the week.
Not my worries. I get there, go, all right, try and wangle a ticket, can't get in. End up watching it on
Gavin will get you on. He knows everyone now.
Everyone.
Before we move on, Will,
There you go.
is there a position on the NFL field called the cornerback? Bent is adamant there is.
No, I got it wrong.
Oh, wow. Big superstar over here. Got it wrong, Will. What do you make of that?
Hold on, what? Yeah, there is cornerback.
Yeah, Bentley denied it. When I came up with, when I said cornerback, he's like, no, you got that
Yeah,
wrong.
do you know what it is, Will?
Here we go.
I call them corners as safety, and I just...
You're wrong then.
Yeah, I'm wrong. No, I'm not wrong. They're both
Right, yeah,
positions.
so corner is just shortened for safety. So corner is the defensive back, the guys that defend the pass against the wide receivers.
Yeah, but you know that, Will, because you know what you're talking
No,
about.
but I never
you
call them-
claim... You
I never call them cornerbacks. I call them safeties or corners.
If some
Benty, look. I tell people all the time that Darren is a massive NFL fan. Like, I go to bat for him a lot, but Benty, that is poor.
Okay, I had a brain freeze, unfortunately, Will. But it'll never happen again. Never happen again.
Well, listen, before we talk about the game, just talk to us about the love you've been receiving out there, because we're seeing lots of stuff on social media where people in America are going, oh my God, Will Gavin's with us. Tell me how nuts it's been for you.
Yeah, it's been absolutely wild. We've been coming here to Radio Row since Super Bowl 49, so 12 years now we've been coming down here. And we always have that novelty factor. Oh, it's some British guys doing a table, or it's British guys that know about American football. And so, maybe what you would call like a very small like cult understanding of that we were here. But with the stuff that's been going viral, that's been shared on the talkSPORT Instagram channel, on TikTok, and via like NFL, etc. as well, it's just been ramped up to a level I couldn't even believe this year. We've had, in the UK, like, when those calls have gone viral, we've had, like, I see other journalists, I see people like the NFL, they've seen it, and they're very nice about it. They're like, oh, that's really cool, man, that was really good. We've had, like, 3 or 4 future Hall of Fame type level players who have seen that we've called one of their touchdowns, have complimented us on it, have told us they sent it to a bunch of their friends, coaches from the teams playing this weekend who have seen them. Like, it's kind of mind-blowing, like, that these are people that I have kind of idolised, might be strong, but loved watching, followed, covered, interviewed, and now suddenly they're excited to meet me. It's very weird.
Will, did I see a video of you with Richard Sherman?
Yeah. So Richard Sherman, the legendary. Do you know what position he plays, by the way?
Hey, he's a corner.
Centre back.
He's a cornerback.
Cornerback. Centre half.
Legendary cornerback of the Seattle Seahawks and the 49ers, Richard Sherman, who is one of the nicest guys in the NFL, but also very famous. Like, he once did a post-game interview after the Seahawks beat the 49ers to get to the Super Bowl, where, like, he was screaming down the camera, like, don't try me with a sorry receiver. Like, it's like a very famous moment. Like, he was super hyped on the field. And so he was a very competitive guy when he kind of crossed the line, but when he was off the field, a very nice guy. And he saw our call on Twitter a couple of weeks ago and shared it. So after he shared it, I obviously did the classic ego thing of sending him a DM in the hope that maybe he'd follow me and maybe we could grab an interview while we're out here.
I'd never do that. You're a
He
sad
said to come
man.
and find him on Wednesday. Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Never miss a chance. We went over and we saw him, and yeah, he was absolutely lovely about it. We got a photo. We did a quick couple of minutes with him. Like, he was absolutely great. Because the Seahawks are in this game, he is like, it's like Man United being in the FA Cup final, the Champions League final, and you've got an opportunity to grab Roy Keane for 2 minutes. Everyone's going to want it. He was followed around by a huge gaggle of people around Radio Row all day long, and so for him to give us a couple of minutes of his time and to say some nice things, it was wonderful.
Well, let me ask you this, because we all love working for talkSPORT, but let's be honest, if a big company comes in, we're off, right? Offer us some big money, we're gone. Have you got any offers? Has anyone said, hey, you and I, we got to chat over a beer later on, my friend?
Why are they talking like that?
That's how they talk over there.
Listen. I would, if I revealed my sources and started to discuss some of the late night conversations that have been had over a beer or two in the legendary Tempest Bar just around the corner here,
Yeah. Have you had a
Radio
chat?
Row,
Have you
where
had a chat with
everyone's
them? Have you had a
been
chat with
spending
them?
this week. There have been some chats.
So
I
exciting,
don't think I'm
man.
leaving the UK anytime soon,
exciting,
but there have been some chats.
Well, I've got to ask you then, who do you fancy for it then? Listen, I don't like the Patriots, I never have done, but I do like Drake May. But I fancy the Seahawks. What are you thinking?
Yeah, so I think these are two teams that I have traditionally, with my fan hat on, not been a fan of.
Yeah.
Like the Patriots with the Tom Brady and Belichick era, they were so dominant, and a little bit like, to relate it for Andy, Man United going through the 90s and noughties. You understood why the rest of the Premier League hated how successful they were, right? Like, it happens, and that's where we were with the Patriots. The Seahawks are the big divisional rival of my team that I support, the San Francisco 49ers. So, in theory, I should want both teams to lose this weekend. But they've both become really likeable. The Patriots head coach, Mike Vrabel, their quarterback, Drake May, have been absolutely sensational. And on the Seahawks side, they've got British coach Adam Dirty, the first ever Brit to coach in a Super Bowl, which is really exciting. He's their defensive coordinator, and he was coaching the London Warriors, like a semi-professional team in London only 12 years ago, and now he finds himself in a Super Bowl. It's absolutely incredible. So I like both teams, actually. But what I will say, Bent, is I've been coming and doing this for 12 years now. I've never felt more confident making a pick than I do for this weekend.
Ooh.
The Seattle Seahawks are going to win the Super Bowl.
My last question to you, I don't have a clue about NFL. I don't know if you've realised that over the years. Who's got... Just a quick one. Which out of the two has got a better cornerback? Because that's who I think will win it.
It's a very good shout. The Patriots have got Christian Gonzalez, who is one of the very best in the league. So he's probably the best single guy.
Okay, him.
But then I would say the Seahawks have Devin Witherspoon and a couple of guys in the backfield. They've got a much stronger unit because they can put 3 or 4 of them on the field at one time. And so I think we'd have to give it to the Seahawks.
Okay, well, there you go. There's the answer. Well, listen, we love your work. That's it. Have a great time. You're having a great time.
Cheers, Will.
We'll see you soon.
Honestly, it's Christmas, New Year's, birthday. It's everything rolled into one.
I know that feeling. Well, listen, keep up the wonderful work for talkSPORT. We'll speak to you in a bit. Thanks, pal.
Thank you, guys.
What a legend.
I mean, it is a busman's holiday for him. He's absolutely enjoying, and rightly so, right?
Oh my God! Remember
12 years he's been out there.
Well, we were like kids watching. The Wizards, Washington Wizards, which are like the worst in the NBA. No, when we went there a couple of weeks ago, and we absolutely we loved it.
Yeah.
He's there for the Super Bowl.
When he originally went out there, I remember 12 years ago, it was almost like people were like, "Why are you going out there?" Like there was no backing, understandably. But now, of course, he's timed it perfectly and he's out there and it's huge. So good work to him. That was our look ahead to the Super Bowl on talkSPORT, brought to you by 5. Don't forget, of course, you can watch the Super Bowl for free on 5, Sunday, the 8th of Feb.
Super Bowl 60 preview on talkSPORT with 5. Watch the Super Bowl for free on 5, Sunday, February 8th.
You gonna watch it?
No.
I'd like to watch it so we could talk through the game.
I'm with Robbie on Sunday.
I'm
hanging out with Rob. But don't do you ask me a question?
No, but just can't you just say no?
Well, no, even if I wasn't, if I was on my own and there was only one TV station that worked, or radio station, and it was either that or sit in the dark.
No, I mean you could
The
watch it.
lights are
You could watch it and
I wouldn't, but I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, we could go. Listen,
It's too late for me.
Great catch, great throw,
great catch.
Yeah,
it's too late for me.
How's he got those 4 yards?
NFL don't need me. Don't need me.
No, we don't want you.
Okay, well, even better. Fine. Right, the latest episode of How to Win the World Cup is now live. Matt Ford and Alex Brooker are joined by former England captain and talkSPORT's very own legendary Stuart Pearce to talk about what makes a perfect leader in football.
We've all got rose-tinted glasses like you have and thinking, war horses like me are sort of your archetypical and we really cared and the new modern player doesn't care. I don't subscribe to that. I think there's a lot of people that in this squad, I look through them and I think they really care about playing for their country.
Yeah, and a lot. Jude Bellingham feels like a leader.
Yeah.
Declan Rice feels like a leader.
Deck is a leader in waiting for me. I mean, I'm just sat. I mean, your club. I wish he was Arsenal captain now because I think he would flourish even more as a player. And I think he's ready anytime Harry steps away or isn't available for any reason. Declan Rice for me is the man to step into that because I think he'll take his game on as much as anything.
Just quickly, Benny, has your 11 changed from when we did it at the start of the season for England? I mean, I doubt if you can remember that, can you?
I mean, are we talking right now?
Yeah, that's why I said I mean, how else would I ask that question?
Well, no, Saka's injured now, so are you asking?
Oh no, for the first game of the World Cup.
I reckon it's probably it would have done because I think at the start of the season I would have said Gahey and Stones, but now I'm Gahey and Konza.
Okay.
Left back I probably would have said Lewis Skelly because he was playing at the time. I expected him to play.
Yeah.
That's, I think, a good battle.
Luke Shaw's not been playing badly at all.
Lewis Hall? Nico Riley?
I think Luke Shaw's been...
No, he's not been better than Lewis Hall.
Okay, go on, carry
on. Right back, I would still go with Reece James. Middle of the park, I'm going... see, now I'm looking at Elliot Anderson's plan, at Wharton.
Yeah.
Middle of the park, I'm not quite sure about. But listen, if Jude's fit, yes. Declan Rice, yes. So I don't know who the other one is.
Joined them, yeah.
And then up top, Harry Kane speaks for himself.
Okay. He does speak for himself.
Oh, hold on. Yeah, I have changed. Morgan Rogers plays from the left. I didn't have him in the team at the start of the season.
Instead of Rashford?
Yeah.
Are you really?
Yeah. Morgan Rogers has been the best player this season, I think.
All right. When we come out, we'll have some fun with the best bits of talkSPORT in a subject we've called the best of talkSPORT. And then from 6, we'll return. Are we doing WhatsApp Bent at 6, Producer Joe? We've moved it on to tomorrow, even bigger and better, because, of course, we will be focusing on the big breaking news that is Leicester City have been deducted 6 points in the Championship. You can have your say. If you've just got in the car or you just turned on the radio in the kitchen or wherever you are and you're in the have your say on that, you can pick up the phone. Leicester fans, you'll be next. 0371 722 3344.
Obviously, I don't think he feels particularly happy about his treatment, and I spent a lot of time suggesting to me that a lot of people were very complimentary about his tenure at Spurs, and I went through a roll call of people that were very complimentary about him because he did a good job in my view. May not have won as many things as he could do and should have done, perhaps as Spurs as a football club, but as a person that's built a spaceship that maybe some other captain can fly to the moon, there's a huge amount of potential there.
Okay.
Can I go and do Deontay Wilder now?
Here in No, you can't. We're sitting up in here in Newcastle. Steve Bruce is asking for you.
Is he?
I'm alongside Alex Crook and Gabby Bonlahor. You're waiting for Chisora and Wilder. Are we right?
Where are you, Simon? You should be up here in the northeast. You can kind of get past Watford these days.
I know. I figured to myself, do I want to go up to the north and get a nosebleed? No, I do not. So I stayed down here. And what I'll probably get is a nosebleed from Deontay Wilder if I ask some bloody saucy question.
Oh, good luck with him, by the way.
Indeed, have fun. I see Gabby's increasing the tone of the environment up there.
Simon, I've just found out that you actually said that the Saudis wouldn't buy Newcastle, so...
Oh, gee,
they did a week later.
Oh, gee, Gabby, nice to see you're current. That was 3.5 years ago, you clown.
Simon, just before you leave us, on the Tottenham Hotspur situation and the Levy situation, Levy reportedly in discussion to sell 30%, which would work out at £1 billion. Is there pressure on Daniel to sell to these people?
No.
From an ENIC perspective?
Well, no. Not necessarily, because ENIC might not want to jump into bed with these guys. I can't speak to that. But Daniel is a shareholder in his own right. There is pressure, I suspect, on Daniel because we've seen the noise. We saw some of the suggestions that they're going to go and review the policies of a guy that they let run the club for 25 years. So they're going to go in there and look at the transfer policy and the economics and how the efficiencies of commercial deals were done. Oh, really? Okay, good enough. That really is about probably denigrating...
Rushes out to the right-hand side, has a man there, throws the interception at the 39-yard line, returning out to numbers 25, 20, give a machine down to the 10, down to the 5, touchdown Eagles! He's got two blockers, he's going to go all the way, 10, 5, touchdown! And the rookie has picked off the superstar!
Sharp and talkSPORT, me Goldstein and Darren Bent still to come. We'll get all the details around Leicester City's 6-point deduction. Football expert Stefan Borson. Are you all right, D?
What's up?
You just look a little bit older. Right, time now for this.
Win a trip to South Africa with the Barmy Army on talkSPORT.
Oh, yeah, the Barmy Army is heading back to South Africa next winter to cheer on England, and you can be there as well. We're giving away a week for two at the 2027 New Year's Test in Cape Town. You'll secure 2 places with the official Barmy Army, putting you in the heart of the atmosphere for every day of the match at one of the world's most iconic cricket grounds. Flights, hotel, spending money, all covered, all covered. How about that? The countdown is on. You've only got until Friday, and that, my friends, if you don't have a calendar, is tomorrow. Listen up, here's how for your chance to win. Text the word WIN, W-I-N, to 83338. A text will cost you £2.50 plus your standard network rate. Or why don't you just pick up the phone, the old dog and bone, 0343 418 7260. Lines close on the 6th of February this year, 4 p.m. That's tomorrow. On the 6th, 22 hours. 22 hours you got. 18 plus, UK residents only. It's a network promotion. Full T's and C's at talksport.com. For your chance to win, a reminder, text the word WIN, W-I-N, to 83338 now. And talking to now, it's now time for this. We got time, I like that. Time of the best of talkSPORT and friends. It's where me and DB run through some of the recent moments.
Sorry, any louder? Look at what you're saying.
Run through some of the moments of talkSPORT. And our sister stations, let's start with last night. Sports Bar, that's still going, is it? Newcastle fan Sean had a problem speaking with O'Hara and Cundy. Have a listen.
Hello?
All right, Sean.
Hello?
Sean?
Hello?
Sean?
Hello?
Are you winding us up, Sean? We can hear you, mate.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello, can you hear us?
Sean?
Hello?
Oh, mate, do me a favour. He's honestly ridiculous.
Hello?
What's he listening to?
I don't know what it sounds like.
Like a cartoon.
It sounds like a kids program,
Didn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know if Big Al was chucking in a few of those hellos. Were you doing that, Al? You promised. Were you on the show last night? Oh, you okay? Why don't you just say that first then? Which one of your teammates was the biggest wind-up?
Oh, Mike, I mean, let me start. So, wind-up back in the day. Kevin Horlock was quite funny, and you move forward. Anton Fernand was quite funny. He got a bit of a wind-up. Yeah, Jonathan Woodgate was funny.
Who's the biggest wind-up here at talkSPORT?
And Neil. He winds me up more than anyone.
He does, yeah. Your phone does ring when you draw. Are you one of those people who prefers voice messages? It's a good question. Voice note to messages.
Yeah, I am. Because if I've got something to say to you, rather than trying to type it out, just say it.
Yeah.
It takes 5 seconds.
Yeah, by the way, there should be a cap on that, a minute.
Oh, hey.
On Instagram, it is a minute.
Right, you are 100% correct, right? I've had people send me 4-minute voice notes.
That's a podcast.
Just phone me.
It's a podcast. That's insane.
Just phone me.
The boys are back tonight taking your calls, hopefully, from 10 p.m.
Let's move to the breakfast show. Alan Brazil was alongside Gabby Agbonlahor, and he was doing what he does best, having a moan.
Good morning, 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Is there anything working in here?
What's happening now,
How have we got record listeners?
Because of the talent, Al.
It's just...
Production.
It's a jigsaw, isn't it? You know, some days all the pieces are there, and other days you're missing to it.
Well, when people turn up late, Al, like Ed, what do you expect, mate? You know?
Yeah, I blame Ed, actually.
Yeah, turn up
It's
late.
unsettling.
Great,
He's normally in here
yeah.
first.
Yeah, it's not great, mate.
And then Stewie wouldn't leave me alone today as well.
Why?
Oh, God, I don't know.
Well, what's one thing you love about this show?
About this show? Oh, I love everything. I adore our show. It is the best gig in the world. I love working with you. I've got the best producer on the planet. Whoever's sitting in the tech op chair, big out today, uses Jack. Fantastic.
I'm Ryan sometimes on Friday.
Who?
I'm Ryan
Oh,
on
yeah, I forgot my name. One more bully's brilliant. Everything about our show, which is why we get record numbers, is just phenomenal.
What do you think is the worst day of the week? I mean, I don't know where that's come from.
That's an unbelievable question. I don't have a bad day. I answered that the other day to someone. I don't have that. I don't have a bad day. 5 days a week we're here. We're blessed, right? I'm very lucky. Saturday and Sunday, you know, you do what you want with the kids and the missus, and I don't have a bad day.
I'm looking forward to this question.
Do you have a bad day?
Nah, not really. If Noel Gallagher and Robbie Williams gave you a jigsaw puzzle to do, what would you do? Hold on. What would you do? Which one would you do first?
Well, I don't. Neither. I'll go thanks, but I don't do.
Nah, you got to pick one.
Well, I'm not. Thanks, Robbie. Cheers, Noel.
No, you got to do it.
Why? What happens if I don't?
If you don't, both of them will never speak to you ever again. So you got to pick.
Then they're not real friends.
Well, you don't know for to do the jigsaw.
I don't want to do a jigsaw. What's it? Hold on. It depends what the picture on the jigsaw was. What is it?
Scooter Frank.
What, both of them?
Yeah.
I'd chuck both in the same box.
I see.
Because it's the same jigsaw.
So you can't answer the question, though.
I love both of them. Let's finish by playing a clip from the best podcast in the world. 21 minutes to go. And would you believe it's now twice a week, Monday, and the rubbishy bits that weren't good enough for Monday I've made into a...
No, just funny. Sorry, quick one, right? They've even called it minus 21 minutes.
No, that's a dash.
Nah, it's minus.
It can't be minus.
Yeah, it's minus.
Here's me and Cundy. I mean, by the way, this better be good, because yesterday's was appalling. Here's me and Cundy reminiscing about a TV show back in the day.
Do you remember the programme on telly? Not 2.4 children. It might have been 2.4 children.
2.6.
What?
2.6 children, isn't it? What is it?
About 2.6.
It's called 2.6 children, not 2.4.
It's 2.4, mate. You can't get to 2.6.
You can.
That's it.
Well, that was the clip.
I mean, that's what you chose to put. 2.6 children, 2.4. No, you can't get 2.4.
That's all you do. I've just noticed you just write it down and just repeat it with an angry voice.
Mate,
that's very funny.
Listen to me. That's what you do on there. You just repeat each other.
Well, it obviously works because we're the most downloaded podcast talkSPORT got.
Cundy goes 2.6 and you go, yeah, 2.6. And he'll go,
no,
2.4.
I didn't say yeah.
And you'll go, oh, 2.4.
No, you weren't listening.
Brilliant. Al, make sure you clip that, yeah, we'll use that again.
Well, it is clipped. That's how we just heard it.
Brilliant.
Oi, you be careful, you. Oi.
Hey.
Oi.
Hey.
Oi.
You
Oi.
be careful.
Oi. All right. What was your favourite TV show back in the day?
Fresh of Bel-Air.
Sitcom. Was that sitcom? Situation comedy, I suppose so. Who in the talkSPORT office would make a great actor?
Myself.
You're acting.
Yeah, no,
you can't get worse.
Yeah, I can. Myself or...
Oh, I have two pills. One is red, one is
I was
blue.
unbelievable as Morpheus.
Only because he's wooden and you were wooden.
Well, I wasn't playing Keanu Reeves, was I?
Oh, yeah, who are you?
Morpheus.
Okay, I thought that was him. If you could appear in any show, what would it be? Any TV show on the planet?
Hunted. Oh, Joe gets
hold on, what did you say?
Hunted.
Oh, Hunted. Okay, yeah, go on.
Joe said he thought that.
I think you'd be better on the other one. I'll be in Curb. Imagine that. Little guest appearance with Larry David.
You're not funny enough to be on that.
I wouldn't have to be funny. He's the funny one.
So what are you then?
Straight man.
That's what I'm talking about.
Make sure you check out 21 Minutes to Go.
Yeah.
A new one's out today.
Yeah, 2.6 children.
It's actually the episode is called 2.6 Children. And if you download it, this is unbelievable, by the way, you are gifted £5 million in Bitcoin. You're not. Legally, I have to.
Why are you trying to bribe people to download it?
They'll download it anyway.
No, it's not record figures. You're like third, I heard.
No.
You are third.
Listen, here again, my friend. We are number one.
You're not.
Ask about. Ask about.
I'm going to Google it right now.
You won't be able to find that, will you?
ChatGPT, which is the most downloaded...
You're ChatGPT, mate.
No.
Of course, you can find all of our shows on the talkSPORT app and swipe between talkSPORT, talkSPORT 2 and all of our stations. Everything's when we come back, we'll carry on talking about Leicester City. They've been deducted 6 points. They're in the Championship. They might be in League One next season. Mark Albrighton, of course, won the Premier League with Leicester. He'll be joining us in just a moment. You can too by picking up the phone 03717 22 33 44.
You can't get to 2.6.
You can.
Is there pressure on you, Luke, going into this as defending champion? Because you're there to be knocked off the perch, aren't you?
Yeah, of course. There's always pressure on you when you're the defending champion of any tournament. You know, I think the pressure's always going to be on Luke Littler more than anybody because he's winning all the time and he's expected to keep winning. And if he doesn't win, then it's a surprise nowadays. So obviously, I ran him close on Sunday in the Masters. And he knows that, you know, there's other players now playing pretty well. You know, Gern Price is playing good and Gian's testing him. So, you know, Luke Littler's definitely the man to beat. But, of course, I'm the reigning champion. So, yeah, he's going to want to take that off my hands, and I'm going to do everything I can to.
Let me pick you up on that. You declared after Sunday's Nara defeat to him in the Masters final, the Winmau Masters final, Luke Littler, the greatest darts player that's ever lived. Is he?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to backtrack on that. I think what I mean to have said, maybe he's the most talented dart player ever. You know, I still think that maybe, you know, the argument would still stand with maybe Phil is the greatest, of course, of what he achieved. But I just think natural, raw talent that he's got, I think that is, to me, what would say is the greatest dart player ever. And, you know, it's just the way he doesn't ever fold under pressure. He's always so great. And, yeah, I mean, it's hard to sit here and backtrack and say, oh, no, Phil. So Phil is one of the greatest, of course. But I just think with his talent, yeah, he's the most talented dart player.
Because I found it a bit curious, Luke, because you're great rivals. And yet you're saying, he's the greatest guy of the lot. He's the greatest player of the lot.
Of course, but that doesn't mean I can't beat him, you know, or I won't beat him, or I won't challenge him. But, you know, like I said, he is the most talented dart player in the world. I think it's obvious. Me saying it was kind of just stating the obvious, really. But that doesn't take anything away from myself thinking I'm just going to, you know, lose every game I play against him. I ran him close on Sunday, and, you know, he's still there to be beaten. I can beat him. I've beaten him in many.
What football ground are you thinking of when someone says this?
Really tough place to go. Difficult place to go. Such a tough place to go.
It's a tough place to go at the moment.
It was a really difficult place to go, always.
But what are the toughest places to go, really? We've scoured the planet to find out. Forget a cold, wet Tuesday night in Stoke. Try playing in a blizzard 220 miles inside the Arctic Circle at the world's northernmost professional club. When Chelsea lost at Tromsø in Norway in the 97-98 Cup Winners' Cup, a massive snowstorm hit at half-time. These two boys and their brooms were absolutely no match for it. We're staying in Scandinavia for Scotland's toughest away day on a windswept cliff in the Faroe Islands. In Euro 2000 qualifying, Craig Brown's men were taken to fishing village Toftir. Kevin Gallagher called the pitch a cowfield and the wind like Pitodry on a bad day. The Faroe Islands part-timers equalised in stoppage time, leading to these absolute scenes, and still one of Scotland's most embarrassing results.
Daft little ground, silly game.
But away trips don't come any tougher than a lung-busting schlep up the Andes to face Bolivia in La Paz. But now the Bolivians have taken home advantage to another level. The country's highest city, El Alto, 4,100 metres above sea level. Grass doesn't even grow up here. Bolivia have not lost here yet. The longest unbeaten run in any professional league ever belongs to Red Star Belgrade, or Crvena Zvezda if you must. They've gone 7 years without defeat at the Rajko Mitic in Serbia's Superliga. Their fans are pretty intimidating as well, but they're not as loud as this mob. Galatasaray's Ali Sami Yen Stadium's officially the loudest in world football. In a derby with Fenerbahce, Galatasaray fans set a Guinness World Record of 131 decibels. That's louder than Motorhead, and pretty tough to carry out your manager's instructions when you can't even hear them. However, our most intimidating away day is in Wales, where cameras can't enter and players can't leave. HMP Prescoed. This prison team was briefly kicked out the Gwent League over concerns about young opposition having to go in there. Now that's a tough place to go.
Early June 1939, Germany, always a tough place to go to.
Welcome back to Last Hour Drive on talkSPORT. It's me, Andy Goldstein, Darren Bent here. Pow! That's good. It's Still to come, talkSPORT Spencer Oliver will be joining us later on in the show to look back on the explosive episode of Talk Boxing yesterday. And also, of course, the Nick Ball fight. It takes place this weekend. But now the big breaking news, Leicester have been deducted 6 points, dropping them down to 20th in the Championship, less than 10 years on from this incredible moment.
The most surprising title winners in Premier League history. Claudio Ranieri and Wes Morgan send the King Power Stadium into ecstasy. Here is Tielemans from distance, shooting towards the mark. Wow. What a goal! It's a brilliant drive. Rodgers runs down the touchline to celebrate, and Leicester lead in the FA Cup final.
And it does feel like all is not well at Leicester City.
Not really sure who really wants to step into quite a mess of a situation, quite frankly.
And the storm clouds are gathering above the King Power.
Yeah, the big breaking news coming out of the Championship this evening. Leicester, not good news for you. Former Premier League champions have been deducted 6 points after being found to have breached the Premier League's financial rules. Join us now for more on this story. He's football finance and head of sport at law firm McCarthy. Stefan Borson joins us. Hello, Stefan. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm very well. Thank you so much for coming on our show. We've got lots to talk to you about. Let's start off with maybe one of the obvious questions, if you can. Can you put some numbers to the 6 point deduction? Why 6 points and why now? What exactly have Leicester done?
Yeah, so I mean, just the starting point is actually I think it's good news for Leicester, contrary to what they might be feeling. So if you remember, they did breach 22-23, but they successfully challenged the jurisdiction of the Premier League in terms of prosecuting them for that breach. They have also, as we now know, breached 23-24, and they breached it by £21 million in the end. They had a cap of £83 million because one of the seasons that they'd had in that 3-year period, if you remember, we assess, one of those periods was in the Championship. So they had 2 35s and a 13, which gives 83 million as the cap that they had, and overshot it by £21 million. That was perceived to be around about 25% over the limit. And what we then had was the Commission looking at what the starting point of the points deduction should be. They effectively took the EFL guidelines, which show potential penalties up to 12 points. They scaled it back because in this case, the upper limit was 83 million and not the normal limit of 39, but looked at the overshoot, compared it to the Everton overshoot or the criteria in the Everton case, and felt that 7 points was the correct deduction before they then took a further point off the 7 points because they were going in the right direction. So it was a 7 point deduction with 1 point for effectively good behaviour, and then rejected a whole load of other arguments about mitigation and aggravation.
Stefan, is that it for Leicester now, or could there be further punishment a little bit further down the line?
Yeah, well, so the question is two parts to that question. One is, are they going to appeal? So do they think that 6 points is the right number, or are they going to put it to an appeal? In which case, of course, that can go wrong and they can end up with a higher sanction. Certainly the Premier League were asking for much higher than 6 points in this case, even though this case is all about now a club in breaching the EFL rules in the EFL. So we had this weird situation where the Premier League were going for a very big points deduction, but for a club that's not even in their league. So they might appeal, but I would suspect not. And then the question was, well, what happens to 24-25? Of course, a season that they were relegated in, but they were in the Premier League. And there was some consideration. It did look like the Premier League were holding off confirming the position of everybody's compliance with 24-25 PSR until the completion of this case. And there's a line in the Leicester announcement that's made tonight that says that the decision, because of some of the detail in this decision, means that they have complied with 24-25. Now, that would mean, therefore, that they're in a pretty good position going forward, have dealt with some of the really big years of losses that they had in the in the sort of post-title winning, post-European period, and then the relegation period. And maybe now they can start to rebuild from a more firm financial basis. And that's why I say that perhaps 6 points is actually good news.
Stefan, there were reports suggesting the Premier League argued that it should have been 12 points rather than the 6 you've talked about. And some reports are even suggesting they were pushing for 20 points. How do they actually come to the conclusion of it being 6?
Well, you'll be glad to know that there's a 100-page decision in relation to this case. It's a relatively simple case in the grand scheme of things, and yet the decision is 100 pages.
Wow.
You'll also be pleased to know that, given that it's only been out for about an hour, I've not read the 100 pages. So
why not? Why not, Stephen?
I know, I'm slow. But the fine detail then in terms of how the Premier League got to what they were asking for, in simple terms, it was because the Premier League were representing the EFL, and it's long been felt that the EFL tariff and the guidance that's in the EFL rules has a starting point of 12 points for a breach, whereas the Premier League, from the cases that we had with Everton and Nottingham Forest, has a starting point of 3 points, and then you work your way up. The feeling is that the EFL guidance has a 12-point start and you work your way down. Anyway, there's some discussion within the decision as to how they came up with the 6 points. As I say, they started with, effectively, they said you're 25% over the limit. We think that should be 6 or 7 points. They went for 7 and then reversed out one of the points because Leicester are going in the right direction. I think the Premier League were effectively saying, look, it's a massive overspend. And then there's another bit of fine detail which could have affected the size of the breach. The Premier League were arguing that the assessed period should be 37 months because Leicester moved their accounting reference date. So the Premier League were saying, well, this is 37 months. And if it's 37 months, their breach was actually a lot bigger. They had a £40 million miss, not a £20 million miss. So anyway, the Premier League, I think the Premier League and the EFL were both keen to effectively hit Leicester quite hard because of what happened with the 22-23 situation that they effectively got away with clever legal arguments.
So, Stephen, do you think there's a possibility that other clubs who had been competing with Leicester in this time might take legal action?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good question always when these cases come up. And we don't have great visibility as to what's happened with the previous cases where clubs have tried to sue within the Premier League rules, but have tried to sue clubs that have breached. We know that there is a case between Burnley and Everton. We don't know what happened in that case at this point, but we'll see whether that gives rise to any compensation to Burnley. It's unclear, to be perfectly honest with you. It's a complicated situation, partly because, again, the rules that are governing this particular charge are the Premier League rules. The Premier League rules do envisage the possibility of compensation to other clubs, but of course it was an EFL club and is now an EFL club at this very time. So they breached the EFL rules. They then got promoted to the Premier League. The Premier League took over the case, but of course they've now been relegated back to the EFL. And so you have to unwind who has actually lost from the case and what possible claim another club could have against Leicester for those losses caused by the £20 million overspend.
Stephen, there was a very famous race in the Olympics that saw Ben Johnson cross the line first. He was found to be a drugs cheat, and his gold medal went to second place, Carl Lewis. Leicester have effectively cheated, and they won the championship, and Ipswich was second. Do you think we'll see the day that we have a similar scenario, that if you are found to have cheated, your championship victory gets dismissed and whoever was second takes gold medal or not?
Well, I think clearly the big focus of that type of deliberation is going to be post the City case and the assessment of whether those charges will stand up. I think there'll be a clamour for people saying that there should be some kind of rejigging of historic
Do you, Stefan?
Trophies. Me personally, I think it's too difficult to go back over the past in those terms, especially when ultimately the players on the pitch and the sporting achievement isn't changed by the overspend in the boardroom. But of course, lots of people have a different view.
You could argue that some of the players on the pitch shouldn't have even been at the club.
Well, and that is the argument that will be run for all of these situations. That's why we have points deductions. That the general principle is that when you have a sporting advantage established by an overspend, you therefore suffer a sporting penalty. So it's not beyond the realms that people would try to unwind historic trophies. But I think it's more likely that it will be, as it is in this situation, a points deduction of a scale that's commensurate with the findings of any commission.
Stefan, just faultless work as always. Thank you so much for your time. I know it's a breaking story and we're desperate to get you on, but really appreciate your time here on talkSPORT Drive.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks, man. There you go. That was, as I said, football finance and head of sport law firm McCarthy, Stefan Borson. On that breaking news that Leicester City have been deducted 6 points in the Championships. Mark Albrighton, who of course famously won the Premier League while he was at Leicester, will be giving us his views in just a moment. If you want to do the same, pick up the phone. You could be after him. 03717 223344. This is Drive on talkSPORT. Let's talk about your team.
All right, come on.
Okay.
I've been waiting.
Let's ask the obvious questions, right? Are you going to do the quadruple? I was going to say double.
Oh, quadruple. Steady on.
No, are you going to?
Bournemouth away.
Okay. If you win and they lose.
I'm not worried about Villa.
No, I wouldn't be. But I think it's pretty much done, but that would confirm it for me. You're in the final of the Carabao Cup.
Come on.
Right.
Come on. I've got Chelsea boots on today. I should have stepped in something yesterday. Would have gave him some good luck, but obviously it didn't. So we got the Chelsea.
You're one of the favourites, if not the favourites, for the Champions League. And the FA Cup at the moment is a little bit too early. What is it, fourth round? But are you fancying it?
I think quadruple is a big leap. I think personally, I think the league is our priority. Quadruple it's on the cards, but I think one step at a time. We're in the final. Yeah. Let's get the cup nice and early, May 22nd down at Wembley.
How important is that cup to your season?
I think it's a big. You know what? People trying to play it down like, oh, it's just the Carabao Cup. No, it's not. You saw the guy crying yesterday when they lost. I think if we get this cup nice and early, it's just the whole morale and the whole team spirit. It's just going to give us such a big boost to go on and do the rest. So I think it's nice and early, March 22nd down at Wembley. Let's get the cup in, and then we chase the rest. But it's an important cup, and I think the league. The whole season, everyone's been on, oh, you got the best squad, you're going to win. I've been kind of on the fence, because we've been here before. Yeah. I mean, the squad, obviously, we ain't had this type of squad, but we've been in the lead. And then, I don't want to say the word, but we've lost it.
I'll say it, bottled it.
So listen, it's looking good.
Yeah.
I don't think it's over yet. It's the Premier League. You can lose. Anyone can beat anyone in this league. You know what I mean? I think the only advantage we have, I think we've got a lot more home games than we do away games. Okay. I think we've got like a couple away games left. So, listen, it could be the season, but it's the Premier League, man. It's the best league in the world, man. Anything could happen. But also...
Rushes out to the right-hand side. Has a man there. Throws the interception at the 39-yard line. Returning out to numbers 25, 20. Good down to the 10. Down to the 5. Touchdown, Eagle! He's got two blockers. He's going to go all the way. 10, 5, touchdown! And the rookie has picked off the superstar.
Drive on talkSPORT. Me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent. Where is this show going? It's flying by. 9:30 at night already.
Oh, flying.
Still to come, we'll be discussing everything from yesterday's explosive talkboxing episode to our very own Spencer Oliver. Just quickly, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain has been taking his coaching badges whilst training at Arsenal. Free agent is currently looking for a move to Celtic.
Very nice.
How old is Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain? He was, in his pomp, he was fantastic.
And power.
Just injuries, right?
Yeah, could run, powerful.
Yeah, really good player. He's 32, is he? Thanks, Al. He's brilliant at, by the way, Al, isn't he? Yeah. Not only does he know his stuff and talks to me with great information, he presses the right buttons, which I think is quite important. I forgot about this. Night 1 at the Premier League of Darts gets underway tonight. Luke Humphries, your boy, looks to retain his title. It's live over on talkSPORT 2. When I get in, that's what's going on the radio.
Yeah, like that.
I'll be watching it on the telly. Right, let's carry on with the breaking news regarding Leicester City and their 6-point deduction for breaking PSR rules. Let's get someone on who knows the club inside out. Former Foxes midfielder and, of course, Premier League champion Mark Albrighton joins us. Hello, Mark. How are you?
Good evening, guys. I'm very good, thank you. How are you?
Well, we're okay because it's not about our club. You know,
Sorry.
go on.
Sharky, where are you?
I'm at my daughter's football training.
It looks like they've put you in a garage.
The things I do for you, boys.
No, the things we do for you, we've got you out watching it. Don't forget that. Listen, I think I know you well enough to call you Sharky. Is that right?
No.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. That's fine.
Oh, but Marky doesn't really work. Sharky, how are you feeling about the news? Did you know it was coming, and where did you hear it?
I heard it. I just seen the breaking news about sort of half an hour ago. But yeah, I think we all knew that there was something coming. Didn't know when. Didn't know how much it was going to be. I think for me personally, I'm glad that it's just out there now. I'm glad that they've been dealt the points deduction and they could just move on from it.
Now, Sharky, you were there when they went for their greatest kind of triumph, the FA Cups, the Premier League, of course. Can you quite believe it? It's only been 10 years, or I think it's 10 years at the end of the season, that you find yourself now in this position from when you was there?
No, not really, no. It's really, really frustrating. I think the first time that we was relegated, that was, even though we didn't play well all season and you can see it's coming, it's still a shock when it actually happens. But I think from that, even then, from that to where they are now, it just seems like there's so many problems at the football club that just need addressing. There's just so much uncertainty there as well.
Can you put your finger, Sharky, on one particular moment where everything stopped and turned and started to go south?
Probably not one specific moment. I think, obviously, don't think the relegation helped at all, that first relegation. I think if you look back at the times when we probably were successful, I think after the Premier League win the following season, we probably didn't build on that, didn't take advantage of the success that we had and use that to our advantage. Same again when we won the FA Cup in 2021 as well. I felt like those were probably the two times where you could probably go, right, let's go and take advantage of that. We've been successful. We've got great credit. We're in a great position to go and get the best players and move this club forward.
So, Sharky, what do you think happens next? Because, of course, we know about the points deduction. Now you're on the verge of potentially in a relegation battle with the rest of the teams in the Championship. You're still looking for a new manager. I mean, not that it's a good thing, but Leicester need to start again. What do you expect is going to happen next? Do you think they'll survive? Do you think they'll get relegated? What's going to happen?
I think they'll survive. I'm not denying the fact that they're in a relegation battle. They absolutely are. But that's out there now. The points deduction is out the way. They can focus on keeping the club in that league. I think they've got, obviously, Andy King in charge at the minute, a person that everybody respects at the football club. The fans like him, the lads like him. So they've got a good person in charge for the time being. I think having this news out there probably even strengthens their position to get another manager in, just in terms of the certainty has gone from that uncertainty. What will the points deduction be? How many points to, right, this is what we're dealing with now. But I think they've got the right players in the or good enough players in the building to keep them safe from the drop in that division.
Sharko, I've got some bad news for you. You got to get back to the football.
Oh, no, you're joking.
Go on, give her team a little plug. Who's she play for?
She plays for Tamworth under 12s.
Amazing. Good work.
Yeah.
Okay. What is she like you, or is she any good?
No, she's actually good. She's good on the ball. She's centre midfielder. Yeah, she loves it. So hopefully she's got a better future than me.
I'm sure if she gets anywhere near you, you'll be a very proud man. Listen, Sharky, always a pleasure. Thank you so much, and we'll speak to you in a bit. Thanks, pal.
Cheers, Sharky.
Thanks very much, guys. See you later.
There you go, wonderful Michael Brighton.
Hey, stop calling him Sharky, bro.
I asked him that.
No, but
Well, okay, what should I call him?
Mark.
No, it doesn't work.
It does.
Why'd you have a problem with me calling people you know by their nickname?
Because Sharky's like quite a personal name that we call him.
Well, don't come on here and give Sharky. He's been in the studio a few times. I've spoken to him a few times. I know him well enough.
So I can call Robbie Williams Bobby now.
Well, if you want to, but that's not a nickname for him. That's just his name. That's what I call him. You might feel comfortable calling him Robbie. That's fine.
Bobby.
Okay, call him Bobby. I don't mind. Whenever you next see him. Still to come, we'll be getting all the latest boxing news. talkSPORT Spencer Oliver. First up, it's time for the last no Googling of the day. We want to know. I'll just read it as it's written. Who Premier League player? I think that should be which Premier League player currently holds the record for the most penalties taken whilst maintaining a 100% record from the spot?
We've had that before, I think.
What do you think his surname begins with? No. Who do you think that was?
Yaya.
No. Currently. Why don't you listen?
Oh,
currently.
Sorry, the writ was all wrong.
It was writ
So,
wrong.
yeah,
it
so-
was writ wrong. I can't argue with the writ. It was wrong. The writted. The answer to that, Spencer Oliver, and the best. No, we've done that. The end of show quiz. I don't know where we are. All coming up live and live on talkSPORT after this. Stay where you are. Stay where you are. Stay.
You can believe what? Why is it so hard to believe a black man than a white man? Understand me? Why is it so hard to believe a black man than a white man?
Why you don't believe it?
Why is it?
Let me answer the question.
Yeah, go on.
So we can go there.
First and foremost, it's got nothing to do with colour.
No, it does. This whole country got something. This whole world got something to do with race. You think you got? You think you pan out? You think you have a? You think you done had a great life? You think your life has been like mine?
How is Derek Chisora then, out of curiosity, given he's a black man, a national treasure in this country then? It's not about colour. You called somebody a cheat. I asked you a question.
Oh, come on. You have a whole lot of black people around
the question.
Thank
you.
you.
Question.
Stop, bro.
You like the question. All right, I moved on.
Stop it.
I moved on.
Man, come on, man. Y'all can't tell, man.
So the bronze bomber, there he is.
Yeah, come on, man.
Come on, we can have a disagreement, can't we?
Life, as a little boy and I bet your view as a little boy is totally different than my view as a little boy. Most black people, why we so into it with each other, because we have PTSD. We done been through so much.
You wanted to move on, right?
Come on, man. It's hard to move on when you don't know the truth, and that's when I come in and try to give you a vision, a little insight of what we go through as black people, man.
I got it.
You know, you don't get it.
Well, okay.
None of y'all get it.
Where do you want me to go?
Y'all don't get it. And that's the problem. You think you get what you don't understand.
Okay.
Why is it so hard?
Pull it back into the fight. Let's talk about the fight.
It's hard to put it back. I'm from the South. You understand?
Come on, let's pull it back into the fight.
It's hard when y'all don't understand.
I get it.
Another situation. I said I didn't want to talk about the situation. Now you got me riled up.
Fair enough.
Wild as that. You understand? I feel. You understand me?
I got it.
You don't mean that, man.
Okay, stop
shouting at me. Man, let me get the out of here, bro. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Talking about my peoples and all that. It's hard to believe a black man than a white man. The cheated. Tell him to sue me so I can show the facts early. Because when the documentary and everything, the story come out, I'm going to show everything.
Fantastic.
I'm going to get all the people that know and all the people that's in the
Simon Jordan says Deontay Wilder's tantrum and near bust-up yesterday was a sign of a man who's struggling. Just a couple of hours later at the press conference, Spencer Oliver, on the other hand, saw a very different bronze bomber.
I actually caught up with Deontay Wilder that evening. You know, I saw him at the press conference and he was all good. You know, he was talking about wanting to speak to Simon, make it up with Simon, even wanting to have a cup of tea with Simon, which I thought was quite strange.
Wilder will fight Derek Chisora on the 4th of April. Now football, and Liam Rossinius accused Arsenal of disrespecting Chelsea, with some of the Gunners encroaching into their opponent's half during the warm-up of Tuesday's semi-final. He's also confirmed that Jamie Gittins is set for a lengthy spell on the sidelines with a hamstring tear, while Reece James and Pedro Neto are doubts for Saturday's trip to Wolves. Louis Rees-Zammit switches to fullback for his Wales Six Nations return against England on Saturday. The tournament starts tonight with France versus Ireland in Paris, and former Ireland front rower Dave Kilcoyne says despite Ireland's myriad of injuries, Andy Farrell will be relishing the occasion.
He loves this kind of a test in players. He loves a little bit of chaos. Other coaches would kind of shy away from this and use it as an excuse. He'd be very much, you know, this is the cards we're dealt. He wants to see how lads will adapt in this situation, and especially when you're trying to build towards the World Cup.
There's more at talksport.com.
Driver talkSPORT, me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent alongside. If you're near YouTube or a TV that's got one of the tiles on it, you can watch talkSPORT Live. Do it, because it's going to be very funny in a moment with Spencer. He's somewhere and it's going to be very bizarre. First, though, the answer to the question, which Premier League player currently holds the record for the most penalties taken whilst maintaining a 100% record at the time? Raul Jimenez scored 12 out of 12.
No, I think Yaya was on about 11.
Yaya was 11 out of 11, yeah, you've cheated.
No, I haven't cheated. I said Yaya before the start.
All right, calm down, blimey. He doth protest too much. Natalie Sawyer at 7 takes over. She's got Leanne Sanderson alongside. They bring you kickoff. Now, though, it's time to talk boxing. It's been a busy old 24 hours here at talkSPORT following the explosive interview between Simon Jordan and Deontay Wilder. What a bizarre sentence that is. That was yesterday in Talk Boxing. It was a special ahead of Wilder's fight with Chisora in April. Let's remind ourselves of the disagreement that saw Wilder storm out the studio yesterday.
We're not going to talk about him at all.
But as part
We're not going to talk about him at all. I know the truth. I have the facts.
Okay.
I got the proof. I got the people to tell it. I ain't never lied about none in this business. You can believe what. Why is it so hard to believe a black man in a white man?
Nothing to do with colour.
No, it's hard to move on when you don't know the truth. You don't get it.
Well, okay.
None of y'all get it. That's the problem. You think you get what you don't understand. Man, let me get the out of here, bro. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Talking about my peoples and all that. It's hard to believe a black man than a white man. The cheated. Tell him to sue me so I can show the facts. I'm going to show everything.
Fantastic.
I'm going to get all the people that know and all the people that's in the inside. He got people that the inside of him that can know. I don't, what? I don't about that.
I'm not a fury.
I don't about it. I said we didn't want to bring him up in the first place. It ain't got to do with him.
Fair enough.
The you talking about?
everybody just calm down. Let's head to Liverpool now to discuss that carnage with a man that was in the room, even though you couldn't see him. He was probably hiding under the desk. Good evening to talkSPORT's brilliant Spencer Oliver. Hello, Spencer.
Good evening, gentlemen. And you're talking about calming down. I need to calm down right now because, as you can see, I'm on the wheel of Liverpool, right behind the M&S Arena, where the boxing is happening on Saturday night. Nick Ball takes on Brandon Figueroa. And I've got to tell you guys, it's a bit of a scary moment. We thought we would do something wacky because we're coming on drive. And what I recognised was... Well, what I forgot, actually, was that I'm scared of heights, and they've stopped this wheel at the top.
No, that looks terrifying.
You can see all over Liverpool, yeah. No, we're moving again. It's all right, yeah. I'm back in the game, yeah.
That looks terrifying. Are you scared of heights? Because is that why the reason you're only 5'3"?
I am genuinely scared of heights. To give you an example, when I stand on the edge of a curb, I get vertigo.
Spencer, I've got to be honest, I'm petrified of heights. I couldn't do what you're doing, sitting in that with it moving.
I am.
It looks like it's moving quite quickly now. They've go on. It's terrible.
Yeah, it is, mate. It's moving very, very quickly, and yeah, there's some height on it. And like I say, we thought it'd be a great idea because the M&S Arena, where the fight is going on Saturday night's right behind us. I think they're actually filming an episode. They're filming an episode of Strictly Come Dancing in there at the moment, so it's mayhem in there at the moment. And we thought it'd be great to come on this wheel, but maybe not such a great idea.
No. Who else is in there with you?
We've got Ed Huntley in here, Romario Webster. Ed Huntley's feeling slightly sick at the moment. He's, this wheel is rocking a little bit, and I don't think it's doing his stomach too good.
No.
So let's just hope that we can get through this without him puking up all over this place.
I'll tell you what, do good numbers. Talk to good numbers. We have to start with that interview yesterday. You were in the room. What happened to Deontay Wilder? I mean, he completely and utterly lost the plot.
He actually did. He just lost the plot. You know, I think that Simon Jordan, we know what Simon's like. He's going to press, for questions. He's going to press for answers. And he asked him about Tyson Fury. Deontay Wilder didn't want to speak about Tyson Fury. And Simon was like, well, I do want to speak about Tyson Fury. Want to get to the bottom of it, and let's clean it all up now. And then, moments later, Deontay Wilder just lost the plot. He went absolutely wild, and it didn't stop there, by the way. He went up to the green room. He was going mad up there as well, very emotional, crying with rage. And then, I didn't even think he was going to turn up to the presser, which was going on like a couple of hours later. I ended up going to the press conference a couple of hours later, and he was all cool. He was chilled out. You know, we had a cuddle, we had a laugh. He said it was all love, and he said that he actually wanted to sit down with Simon and have a cup of tea, believe it or not. And I said, okay, well, let's do it. I spoke to Simon this morning. Simon's very keen on that, but I don't know if he was setting the trap, boys. Does he want a cup of tea, or does he want to get him?
Spence, listen, you've known Deontay a long time. I'm sure you've met him a number of times. Have you ever seen him that angry? And also, you were sitting there in the interview, and I understand it. Most people in interviews, if you don't want to talk about something, you just go, I don't want to talk about it, we'll move on. But to get that angry, what did you think it is that set him off?
Do you know what? I've never seen him that angry. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, Deontay, that was the Deontay Wilder of old. That was the bronze bomber. That's the guy that's taken him to the heights that he has reached in the past. You know, that unpredictability, you know, talking about people in body bags and being very controversial, you know, fighting with his heart on his sleeve. And I saw a little bit of that. And, you know, that's not particularly good news for Derek Chisora, by the way, because if the old Deontay Wilder rediscovers himself, then it's going to be a tough night, you know, because we've all written him off. And I told Deontay, you know, I'm guilty of that in the past as well. When you look at the Zhele Zhang knockout and you look at the defeat to Joseph Parker, and you go, this guy is now a shell of his former self. He's not the guy that was steamrolling through everyone in the past. And was that the trilogy that he had with Tyson Fury? Did he leave it all there? You know, did that take the fight out of him? But this Deontay Wilder seems like, it seems like he's rediscovered that old fire in his belly. So it's going to be interesting to see. There's so many ifs, buts, and maybes going into this fight with these two. You know, both their 50th fights, this stage of their careers. And guys, I think if we would have talked about this fight 3 years ago, you would have thought it was a bit of a suicide mission for Derek Chisora, who now starts the favourite going in because of recent form.
Spence, I text Simon this morning saying I thought he handled the whole thing brilliantly. I think he's a brilliant broadcaster, right? And he was very cool, calm and collected. Very difficult when you've got anyone shouting at you, let alone someone like Deontay Wilder. There was a moment where Deontay Wilder, if you haven't seen it, by the way, gang, you know you need to go onto the YouTube channel and watch it, but there was a moment Deontay Wilder obviously gets up from where he is, walks around, and he's standing in front of Simon, who's sat behind a desk. Do you think if Simon would have stood up, right, and he was right to sit down for so many reasons, obviously, if he was going to get chinned, he could be in intensive care right now, but do you think if Simon would have stood up, that Deontay would have gone for him?
Well, it's the $1 million question, isn't it? And I really can't answer, because Deontay Wilder was raging. I've never seen him like that before, and that's why I don't know if you saw me in that clip. There was that moment when I put my eyes down, looked at.
No, we didn't see you, Spence. No one saw you, Spence. You weren't there.
And I thought, I thought exactly. I thought, you know what? I love you, Simon, but this is Deontay Wilder, mate. I'm scrolling through, just looking and thinking, please just let this go away. But Simon's a smart guy. He knows what it was. He knows the situation he was in there. He could see that, he could see how Deontay Wilder was, and who knows if Simon would have stood up. But Simon's not that guy. He's smart enough to know that, he had to let Deontay do what he had to do.
Spence, just quickly about the fight between Chisora and Wilder. Who do you think wins it? Because we had... Who was it? Smudger in here.
Yeah.
Adam Smith.
Adam Smith. Is your memory all right?
Yeah, Adam Smith in here on Tuesday, and he said that Chisora is the favourite. Who do you make the favourite, and who do you think will win?
On recent form, Chisora does start the favourite. That's that bizarre thing about. I can't even believe I'm actually saying it, because if you look at history of these two fighters and who they've boxed and where they've been, and Deontay Wilder was the most feared man on the planet, and arguably one of the biggest punchers in boxing history. Derek Chisora has always been that guy that has, fought at the very highest level, but never won at the very highest level. But, like I say, a good run of form from Derek Chisora, a bad run of form from Deontay Wilder, and that's how things swing around. And Derek will probably start the favourite going in, because you can only go off last performances, last fights. And, you look at the fight with Derek Chisora and Joe Joyce, where he has to grit his teeth, dig down, and do what he does best and come on strong in late in fights. And then you look at like Deontay Wilder against Zhale Zhang, and you go, where is this guy? He's not, he looks gun shy. He's not throwing any punches. Deontay says he had reasons for that. There was betrayal going on in his life. Things were going wrong. He split up with his wife, personal issues outside the ring. And he said, when that bell rang, that all comes surfacing to my brain, and the last thing on my mind was actually fighting. He said, listen, we can talk, but let me just show you, let me just deliver. So I really don't know who's going to win this one. What I do know is it's going to be explosive, because what I also know is Derek Chisora will come flying out the traps and put it straight on Deontay. And Deontay said himself, I need that test. I need that challenge. He's talking about character within himself. He doesn't know if it's there or if it's not there, but he said Derek Chisora will be the guy that will test me on that. I will find out a lot about myself going into this one, or coming out of this one as well.
Spence, it's just occurred to me, the longer we keep you for, the more times you're going to go round on that Ferris wheel. I'm guessing your stomach is going up and down right now. I want to talk to you about the fight the weekend. Is that all right?
Absolutely,
Okay.
mate. Yeah, a big thanks to Max and Sam, by the way, who were pressing the buttons here, because they did tell me they were going to stop it a couple of times round, but they've continued to do it. I think they can see the look of horror on my face. But let's talk about the fights of the weekend.
Right,
Nick Ball versus Brandon Figueroa. What a fight!
Yes, it's an amazing fight. It's going to be at the M&S Bank Arena in Liverpool. It's a live title fight. It's this Saturday. It's from 7 o'clock on the talkSPORT network, and of course TalkBox in the YouTube channel, or you can watch it on DAZN. How do you see the fight going? Is Ball expected to defend his title? Is he favourite in this one?
It's a tricky one, if I'm honest. Nick Ball will start favourite. It's home advantage for him. Last time he boxed here was back in March 2025 against TJ Donaghy. He put on a good performance. The crowd were a pivotal part of that performance as well. There's times there when Nick Ball had to adjust and adapt, but he come through and got the victory inside the distance. And he might have to go through some rocky moments in this one as well. Figueroa, out of these 26 wins, he's only lost 2 to Stephen Fulton, a former 2-weight world champion. No disgrace in that, and they were fights as well. And out of his 26 fights, he's had 19 of those inside the distance. Tough Mexican, this guy. And, he's been in with some big names. So, yeah, it's a tough fight. And by the way, this guy also has been known to throw over 1,000 punches per fight. So he's going to go straight at Nick Ball. They're going to lock horns early. One thing I can guarantee is explosive, dynamite action.
Spence, before I let you go, I don't think someone like you should be on a ride like that. Who okayed it? There's a reason I'm asking. Who okayed that?
Ed Huntley okayed
Right.
it, mate, and he's sitting there
let me tell you
sniggling away.
Let me
You
tell
can
you
see.
why.
You can see. I've been round 5 times on this now.
Spence, I'll
This
tell
is
you
number
why.
5, mate.
I am sure. Just before you get into that, there is one of those things there that says you need to be this tall to get
Something
on the
just
ride.
banged. Something. There was a bang. Hold on, boys. There was a
You
bang
sure,
there.
sure that when
What
you were
was
getting
that?
nervous? What was it?
I don't know, mate, but I felt it come up through my seat, or perhaps it was something coming down through my body. I don't know. Anyway, let's move on.
Are you moving or have you stopped?
Mate, we haven't stopped moving. We've been round, I don't know if you recognise this, but the M&S Arena, where the fight is happening Saturday, which you can't see at the moment because
Yeah.
I'm about 1,000 feet in the air, is right behind us. So, yeah, we've been around about 5 times. Max and Sam are in trouble when they get off this one, mate. Hope they can fight, because they told me it was only going round twice.
Spence, do me a favour, right? We know you're tough and hard. Stand. Yeah, don't swear. Don't. Right, stand up. Right, Spence, I want you to do one thing for me. Spence.
You got the dump button.
Spence, listen. Stand up. Stand up, Spence. Stand up. Please. Please. It'll be good. It'll be good radio. Stand up, Spence.
God. Oh, he's back.
Right, stand up.
I'm standing up,
No,
mate.
no, you're not. Stand up.
I'm standing up,
Just
mate.
do me a favour. Just do a little jump. Just do a little jump. Go on.
Hold on.
Just see what happens. Go on. 1,
That's right, Rick.
2, 3. Go on. How's that? Oh.
yeah, that's right. We're all right. There you go, mate. Come on.
Spence,
I've
you're a
done it.
ledge.
I braved it out.
You're a ledge. We'll let you get off it.
Brilliant,
Although
boys.
if it were
Yeah,
me, I would
brilliant.
keep you on it for another half hour. Spence.
Oh, well, hold on. I'm just trying to wave at them to stop
No,
this.
keep
thing
going.
on.
Keep going,
There
lads.
you go. Cheers, Max.
No,
Cheers,
Max,
Sam.
keep going.
Yeah, that'll do.
Another 10 minutes, Max.
Brilliant.
Spence, you're a ledge.
No, yeah, we're all right, mate. Yeah, thank you so much, boys.
Yeah, Spence.
See you soon, pal.
Cheers, Darren.
A reminder that live world title fight boxing this Saturday from 7 p.m. on the talkSPORT Network and the talkSPORT Boxing YouTube channel, or you can watch it on Zone. Good work. Wonderful, wonderful stuff from Spence Oliver. When we come back, producer Joe will be in the studio for the end of Joe quiz.
Listen, look, tonight's a tough... Dom, look, tonight is a tough night. I get it. It was a poor performance. You look like you're a bit flat. You look like you've run out a bit of steam. But to say that he's under pressure, I'm amazed that you're saying it, because you sound like you know what you're talking about, Dom. And I'd be amazed if you think about Eddie Howe getting the sack. You won the Carabao Cup last season. It's the first time you've won a trophy in at like what? 30 years or something ridiculous, right?
70 years.
70 years.
And
Right, so you got
I cannot thank that bloke enough for giving me that day at Wembley.
Okay,
It's
but
the
so
best
where's
day
the
of my
credit?
life.
So where's the credit in the bank then? You're in the Champions League. You've qualified for the playoffs, right? You're 7 points off fourth, right? You sold your best player that you've seen since probably Alan Shearer in Isak last season, right?
And reinvested the money.
Yeah, but you've been reinvested it in money on players who are nowhere near as good as Isak. You know,
So
and that's
then
just
fundamentally something is wrong. Howe wants control of transfers. If that's Howe's control of transfers, he should be nowhere near them. If he was at any other club, any other big club, if he was at Man City, Man United, Tottenham, Arsenal, Chelsea, he'd have been sacked pre-Christmas.
No, he wouldn't, mate.
And there's no
He
denying
wouldn't.
that.
I don't
He
believe
would.
that.
He would. Chelsea have proven that before, Jamie.
But Chelsea,
Your club have
you
done
can't
it before.
compare Chelsea to Newcastle. You can't, Don. I'm sorry.
Your lot, Jamie, sat Mourinho the week before a cup final. You probably would have stood a chance of winning with Mourinho in charge. But Ryan Mason never made a game in his life before.
Yeah, but that was a terrible decision.
No, just before we look,
Dom, I understand what you're saying. You're not the only Newcastle fan I've spoken to about this. There is still a lot of football to be played. Okay, you're out the Carabao Cup, disappointed. You couldn't hold on to it. You won last year. Where for the rest of this season now, Eddie Howe has got to prove that he is more than capable, because there is only 7 points between it. There's a lot of traffic in between it, but.
Rushes out to the right-hand side, has a man there, throws the interception at the 39-yard line. Returning out to numbers 25, 20, Gibson down to the 10, down to the 5, touchdown Eagles! He's got 2 blockers, he's going to go all the way, 10, 5, touchdown! And the rookie has picked off the superstar.
Drive and talkSPORT, me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent. Follow us at 7 Natalie Soy and Leanne Sanderson bring you kick-off. In a moment, we'll say hello to producer Joe for the end of the Joe quiz. But first, a reminder of this.
Win a trip to South Africa with the Barmy Army on talkSPORT.
Yeah, the Barmy Army is heading back to South Africa next winter to cheer on England. You could be there. We're giving away a week for 2 at the 2027 New Year's test in Cape Town. You'll secure 2 places with the official Barmy Army, putting you in the heart of the atmosphere for every day of the match at one of the world's most iconic cricket grounds. Flights, hotels, spending money, all covered by us. Countdown is on. You've got till Friday, that's tomorrow, to enter. For your chance to win, text the word WIN to 83338. A text will cost £2.50 plus standard network rate. Or you can call 0343 418 7260. Lines closed tomorrow at 4 p.m. 18 plus UK residents only. It's a network promotion. Full T's and C's at talksport.com. For your chance to win, text the word WIN to 83338 now. Producer Joe is with us in the studio.
Evening.
How are you, Joseph?
Yeah, right, busy that, wasn't it?
Was a busy. Well done to you, putting a great show together as always.
Oh, what?
You can't throw it, and he's a producer.
I can throw whatever I want.
Authority, that, innit?
Should we do the end of the show quiz, Joe? Only got about 3 minutes. Where's one more Billy?
He's on holiday.
Where's he gone?
South Coast, I think.
Oh, okay. On his own, yeah?
He's got a pool table in his holiday.
Really? Lucky him. Why are you giving me that back?
Because who's taking it out?
Joe, producer
No, it's beneath him.
Why are you getting involved?
It's beneath him.
It will be beneath him
I'll
in a
get
minute.
somebody else to come and get it.
Thank you.
There you go. What are we doing, Joe?
We had a little plug for your podcast 21 minutes to go earlier, and you and Cundy were speaking about TV shows and stuff.
Yeah, 21 minutes to go. It's out now, today, Thursday.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's the extra bits today.
The extra bits, 0.5. Thanks, Joe.
The extras are there?
Yep.
Yeah, extra bits.
So today it's a list. We're looking for the top 10 British sitcoms of all time, according to a website.
Okay, I'll start. Only Fools and Horses, stick it in.
What number do you reckon?
Oh, it's got to be number 1, isn't it?
It's not.
Okay.
I mean, it's in there, yeah.
All right.
But
3.
Number 2.
Right, okay. How far back does this go? What age are people? Because like something like Dad's Army might be in there.
Well, I think it's everything. Dad's Army's not in there, I'll give you that. But there's some Dad's Army...
40 Towers.
What number do you reckon?
5.
No, it's number 1.
Just British TV shows?
The Office.
Like comedy sitcoms.
The Office.
What number do you reckon?
I mean, that's going to take more time, Joe, if you keep asking.
Have we not got
Just
time?
tell us the number.
What is the time?
Just, I'm running the show, all right?
The Office is number 4.
Oh, my God, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on then, DB.
I ain't got one yet.
Oh, my God,
British.
come on.
British.
Come on, you must have one. French and Saunders.
But what?
Vicar of Dibley.
Correct. Number 10.
In comedies.
Desmond's.
That's not British, it's not English. It's
Oh, sorry,
American.
Dad's Army is in
No,
there.
it's not. It's English.
Is it?
They're in Peckham.
Oh, okay.
You got Dad's Army. There wasn't.
Oh, Dad's Army. Minder.
6.
Is that English?
Of course it is. Terry McCann.
Oh, it's not in there.
Yeah, that's what comedy is.
Is it all comedies?
British sitcom. That's comedy, isn't it?
Sorry, it's
Situation comedy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Well, go on. What you can say?
Well, mine is not situation comedy, is it?
Well, it was funny. Okay.
You've got 5 of the 10 so far.
Comedies. Jeez.
About a minute left on the clock.
Fast Show. Harry Enfield. That kind of thing.
No.
Partridge.
Oh yeah, well done.
We'll get full title.
I'm Alan Partridge. Yeah, well done.
Has anyone else got one of them type of things?
A few shows, hasn't he? You've got 4 to go.
Idiot Abroad.
No, that wouldn't be in there. That's Sky.
No.
That wouldn't be in there. Not a big audience.
Do you want a couple of clues?
Extras.
No.
Got about a minute and...
Porridge.
Oh, that's not a bad call at all.
No.
That's a great call. Yeah, give us the decade.
1 is 80s.
Do that. You're at 30 then, wouldn't you?
40. 80s. British sitcom. Can you give me the star of it?
I don't know if he's the main man.
The Real McCoy.
Blackadder, of course.
Blackadder is
Genius. I might start watching that again. Blackadder's amazing.
The Real McCoy.
No.
Nope.
You don't even know what that is.
Comedy.
Okay, what else is it about? What's it about?
Situation comedy.
I'm not sure, but I think you were right with French and Saunders.
Right.
But what's the show called?
Birds and a...
No, Birds of a Feather. They went in there.
No.
French and Saunders. They had loads of shows.
Initials.
The young ones must be in there. That's disgraceful.
Initials AF.
Abercrombie Fitch.
No, we're going to have to break, by the way.
What's AF?
Absolutely fabulous.
Okay, yeah. And last one?
And there were 2 more. The IT crowd was 8, and Father Ted. 5.
Oh, yeah, of course. That's great.
British, isn't it?
Joe, get out.
You can't talk to him like that.
I can't do what I want.
Yeah, you can.
He don't care. He knows I love him. He knows he's the best producer I've ever had. Joe will be back tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow. Benty will be back tomorrow because it's his birthday.
I work on my birthday, I do.
Join us for the birthday show. Darren Bent will be 51. So make sure you join me and the old man tomorrow for more of the same. 4 o'clock on Friday. Have a lovely evening. Be safe, everyone. Be safe.
Just give me a quick one. You're not an Arsenal fan, but Piers Morgan yesterday upset a lot of people. Just give me a little take on what you heard him say.